Welcome, everybody. We are back. The H3 Podcast, episode 100. I got to tell you, I wasn't sure we'd make it to 100. We had a bumpy road. We had some ups. We had some downs. We had some goofs. We had some laughs. We had some boofs. But here we are, for better or worse, episode.
For better.
100. Here we are. We soldiered on. First of all, thank you to our sponsors, Stamps.com, MeUndies, 23andMe, and Dollar Shave Club. Now, today is also, very coincidentally, the last episode of the year, which happened so perfectly. I was going to lie and say it was episode 100 today, just so we could hit that milestone, but I didn't need to lie. It was episode 100.
He actually was. That was in the cards.
We
were
thought
just
it was
going
going
to
to
skip to
be
100.
99, so we were going to skip to 100.
Yeah, just be like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. But magically, it's episode 100. We have so much to look back on. So today, what we're going to do, and I think is going to be a lot of fun, is I'm going to bring Ian and Dan out. We're going to all sit here and share our favorite and our worst moments of the first 100 episodes. Because think back to our first episode. It was PewDiePie.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting in his rental house in L.A.
Yeah.
And if you look, well, we weren't live streaming for like the first 10 or 15
Not
episodes.
even 10, I think.
It was like 8.
Yeah.
And we had like a really weird desk here, that one. And the guests would sit on this purple couch. It was very strange. But the big breakthrough, I think, came for us when we started live streaming it. And when we got this table in,
Yeah.
we started to feel the format more. And obviously, I'm still developing a lot. God, please
It's a tough road.
please, God, let there be room to grow.
Haven't you always said that the rule is the first 100? You don't know what you're doing until the first 100 episodes.
That's what I say, and please,
So you're kind of a master now.
please, God, let that be true. No, there's been so much to learn.
I heard someone say that you don't know until the 250 episode.
Yeah, we got to push
All right,
that.
keep bumping it up.
We got to push that back because now that we're at 100, the pressure's on. I heard Joe Rogan say you don't know until 1,000. So I think we still have a lot of room to go. So we're going to bring everyone out. We've got a ton of great things to look back on. I mean, we've been doing this for 2 years. It took us 2 years to get to 100 episodes. There's a lot of great moments that I forgot even happened that we're going to look over. So I can't wait. I'm super excited. And everyone who's tuned in and stuck around for this wild ride, I thank you so much. It's been an incredible journey here. And looking forward to getting to that. But before we do, we had our huge charity stream on Tuesday, which we streamed for 8.5 hours, the longest day of my life.
Still recovering from that.
That was absolutely brutal. And against all odds, we hit $100,000 live.
Hell yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I had to leave because I was sick. I'm still kind of sick.
Right.
But I got home and I think you just reached the 75.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that's it. You guys were going to leave. But Justin was like, no way. You have to
God
stay
bless
until
him.
100. And then it happened pretty fast. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Why is it not letting me sign into my... You need permission from Ethan. I am Ethan.
To sign into
It's
what?
not letting me log into this stats.
Is
at
it
any
shared with this email guy?
Yeah, I'll get you.
So at any rate, we well, yeah, because I could tell. First of all, Zach, our sound guy, had a finals the next day. They got here before us.
They've
Like
been here
they were
since the morning.
They were here for like 15 hours that day.
Yeah.
And so everyone was getting tired, and I was like, all right, we can't, but Justin pushed us on, and we
And it
hit
was
that.
so good that he did.
Yeah, we hit it. Okay, here we go. I got access. So I want to go over some stats. I'm always fascinated by what reward item raised the most money because it's always unexpected.
Yeah.
And by the way,
surprising.
this is still up for another 10 days.
Yeah.
So you can still bid. You can still donate and help out a great cause.
Link is in the description.
Link is in the description. So top donors, I got to say, we inched out Alex for $100 because of you, Ela, donating from home. You donated $400 from home, and we got there. Now, there's so many super generous people here. I'm going to out Justin. That was Justin. That was very generous of him. Alex was very generous. James Weinhoff donated 2,100. Will Cheer Up donated 2,000. I mean, so many more.
CK, that channel.
Yeah, we had him.
CK9.
He was chilling in the background. Yeah. And then we're going to take a call. Who's calling in later today?
Fifths, who's just a few more down on that list.
God bless him. So, but
ran out of time on Tuesday, but we'll speak to him later in the episode.
Here's the real interesting stuff. So, of all the rewards, here is what raised the most money. And again, you can bid on all this stuff. Okay, get the heck out of here. This pivot table. So, most of all was nothing. These generous MFers. Every time I click this,
Oh, really?
was $26,000 from the kindness of my heart.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And then Alex crushed it with that limited edition.
The journal.
The journal raised $12,000. So this I love. The Nintendo Switch coming in. A $300 investment. We bought one of every gaming system. A Switch, a PS4, and an Xbox.
Right.
And together combined...
And that was a last-minute idea of yours, right?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
So that $1,200 raised $20,000. That was the best freaking return on investment ever. But the Switch raised $9,000. That's so cool. Post Guitar, I'm happy to see, raised $8,300.
Nice.
Write something on Ethan's fupa. God bless. Rick and Morty script. Lots of original art. Hugging it out. Oh, I think I put 1,000 on that one. God, I hope I get it. People are gonna think it's rigged if I get it though.
Right.
What do we do about that?
Well, that's it. It's random.
But then there's so many. But really, guys, I want to encourage everybody to keep donating because if you go down to the bottom, a lot of the original art that we drew towards the end didn't get that many donations. Original Alex Hirsch artwork by Justin Roiland, $8. If you go put $8 on that right now, you have a 50% chance to win. I'm gonna go put $8 on that. There's a ton of shit. What are original Justin Roiland artwork by Alex Hirsch, $100. Signed Rick and Morty skateboard. That's all of our signatures, $100. Original Alex Hirsch artwork, pop mashup, $100. The Shredder one, where was that one? That one, Shreddy Nash. Original Alex Hirsch artwork, Shredder Nash, Vape Nash, only $260.
There's one of my drawings there.
Where is
still available? I mean, they're all still available.
Oh, Baby
but
Klein, $300.
No, there's another one lower.
Oh.
There.
Original Ela artwork featuring Justin Alex, $180. So this shit is valuable, I think. Really valuable. This is original art by 3 freaking amazing artists. So if you want to help support the cause, please consider donating. And you have the chance to win some beautiful, wonderful original art and so many other great prizes. I encourage you to go check that out.
This time the prizes were crazy.
The prizes were bananas, frankly. And also the Rick and Morty comic, original comic, signed. Where's that one? Because that, oh, here it is. Raised $4,000. I think that thing's worth, honestly, $5,000. So you already have a good chance of winning that. I think a good value for your money. So there you have it. There's a lot of amazing prizes, and I think everyone that was an amazing ride, wasn't it? What are we at now, Dan? Like 130,000 or something?
Yeah, I think we just broke that right before going live.
Cool.
And it continues to climb.
Good.
And also, it's such a tough time for people with the Christmas, holiday gifting.
I know.
So people were really generous, and that's
very
awesome.
generous. And I want to say, because I'm afraid I didn't emphasize it enough during
because we were so focused on getting the calls.
I was like, please let me go home. No, every dollar matters. And to everyone who even dropped $1 to help is just, it makes a big difference. It's super generous, and it's very much appreciated. It's a beautiful thing, and is tax deductible. I don't know how much a $1 tax deduction will get you, but, hey, mark it off. Why not?
Like you said, every bit counts.
We'll do it again next
As
year.
Benjamin Button said, a dollar deducted is a dollar earned.
Benjamin Button?
Yeah. Benjamin Franklin, I believe, was the one who said that. I did a little remix. All right, well, enough of that shit. Let's get on to our favorite moments of 2018. So I would like to welcome the other half of the show with whom it would not be possible and who I want to say, Dan and Ian, come in here. I'd like to say have truly been a blessing to this show, I want to say that their presence has made such a difference and add so much presence. Ian brings so much character to this show with his PowerPoints. Do we have a PowerPoint today? Weren't we supposed to do that? You're fired. I take everything back. No, Ian and Dan, please join us. We couldn't do a year-end recap without these two guys.
So what's going on? But yeah, what happened with that Kanye decoding?
We were so slammed this week, and with the Teddy Fresh stuff too, it was like I didn't have enough time.
Well,
Yeah.
Ian has been doing all of our customer support emails. By the way, if you ever complain, you're talking to Ian.
You're not talking to a robot.
Nope, that's
That's me.
Ian. That's literally a celebrity.
guy.
A celebrity is answering your question.
Yeah. So if you hit me with fuck you, that's right here.
Yeah,
Which
it feels
This
bad.
week you got the first fuck you on support.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, tell me
Yeah,
about
big
that.
honor.
I didn't hear about it.
Oh yeah, you weren't here.
Tell me everything.
Well,
Yeah. I
Christmas.
mean, people get, it's holidays.
It's a little
people-
heated.
Very time sensitive.
How did you
so
take it? Did you take it
I
personally?
took it in. I exploded on him. Flipped out. No.
Listen, buddy,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it happens.
you don't know me. Well,
No, there's been a lot of delays, and unfortunately, there's a lot of packages getting delayed.
just remember it's Ian's fault.
It's Ian's fault.
So send him an email. But the truth is, we're trying to get you out of the trenches there because you're creative, you're a brilliant guy, and I need that big, beautiful comedy brain of yours working in my benefit.
Thank you.
Decoding stuff.
Yeah, I need I need to squeeze that for the valuable juice that it is worth.
All right.
And Dan has been with us longer than anyone.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
It's crazy how time's passed, but here we are. And let's talk about our favorite moments. Now, how should we do this? I've got a bunch of mine. Maybe I'll go. Do you think they should present first? Because I have a shit ton. You guys have less than me.
No, well, you have like the general stuff.
Yeah.
You have stuff that came from fans
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah, I've got it all.
Let's do those first, and then
Okay.
the personal one.
So this is everything from the first 100 episodes. Now, Joey Salads from the last charity stream. Will always go down as one of my favorite
Oh, boy.
moments in H3 podcast history. Now, the backstory of this is that because at the time we weren't really equipped to live stream. So Joey Salads live streamed it from his phone on his personal Twitch channel. And they went across the street from the office.
and we watched
and
it on the
we-
TV.
Yeah, we watched it with a delay.
Well, we had them on the phone.
Yeah.
So we were
Yeah.
hearing the audio through the phone and then watching his stream, which made it better because we heard the screaming about 15, 20 seconds before the impact.
And I love how just so casually and calmly Justin has accepted the burden of pepper spraying Joey Salads. He loves it.
He had no
I like how
hesitation
he's
at
on
all.
the phone.
yeah. Justin is
On
a
a
legend.
mission.
This was a legendary moment, and funnily, Joey Salads was banned from Twitch for doing a dangerous act, but our
we
channel
weren't.
were fine.
Oh, poor guy.
I think he was
Joey.
reinstated.
Was he? Okay, that's good.
But
Sorry, Joey.
without further ado,
No! No, fucking Christ.
The delay.
See?
So you can hear it first.
Oh, shit.
who was recording? Was that you, Ian?
Was he?
That was me.
What was it like being there, seeing that?
This was like, I'd only been here a couple weeks at the time. And I remember I called my mom after. I was like, a guy just got pepper sprayed in my face. She was like, where are you working?
Were you afraid that it will reach you too?
No.
You didn't feel it?
I kept the distance.
You gotta open your eyes and
I love it.
Justin trying to instruct him. Like, come on.
And so to this day, Joey says that was infinitely worse than the spicy
hot
peppers.
Yeah, I mean, that's brutal. He's trying to help.
Justin's trying to help. You guys kept it real professional. Ian's following the action.
Good camera work, man.
Yeah, really.
Kudos.
It's kind of like when you're filming like a wildlife shot and like a gator is attacking a deer and you can't intervene and save the deer.
No.
Like you have to just
right.
watch the pain
Let
happen.
nature play out.
How do they call that in Star Trek? The rules of
Well, that's the-
non-intervention.
It's the first protocol,
the first
or
directive.
the first
The
directive.
prime directive.
Prime directive. There you go.
Ian had a prime directive, and you upheld it valiantly.
I wonder how could we top it next year because the
Well, we're gonna have to throw him off a building.
We kind of that's sort of an issue because we went for broke on that first one, and then because Joey got banned as a result, we're a little reluctant to go that far again.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if
what might happen, but
I wanted to shoot him with a non-lethal beanbag,
right.
but I was like, that's not
too
not
much.
gonna fly.
Yeah.
So we have to. The thing about the spicy pepper is that even though it's very painful, it's not necessarily dangerous. So YouTube doesn't see it as like a bannable offense. So if we can get a professional stuntman and like a safety crew, we may be able to throw him off a building.
Maybe next time we can get some submissions because
Get some ideas. We
got
have a
some
year to
creative
plan.
people listening.
Yes. And next up, Boogie. Now, Boogie is such an incredible guest because he doesn't hold back. And he had a story on his last visit about dating a feeder.
Yeah, I knew
That
it was
was
going to have
just
to be
such
this.
a pleasure. Such a pleasure.
And so
Here we go.
she's like, come in, and I'm so sorry to say this in front of you. It's
This is
such
great.
a disgusting
No,
story.
say it.
She's
I was embarrassed for you.
making Oreo cookies, and she's laid them across her chest, down her stomach, to make an arrow to her vagina, and then she had filled her vagina
No.
with maraschino cherries. I swear to God.
For dessert.
I swear to God. And my first thought is, you are going to get a yeast infection. What the fuck are you doing? Like, don't put food in your vagina.
How many did you stuff in there?
I was 6 or 7. It was like, but I was. It was like one of the best experiences of my life. I was like, this is awesome.
I didn't
You
know
ate 'em
people
all
do
out.
this
Yeah,
kind
you do
of
what
stuff.
you got to do.
Yeah,
And,
no,
you
this
know,
was news to me
You went
too.
to Italian. I ate them all out. Yes, quite.
Quite literally and
God.
And then we moved in together for a while, and then I got sick. I got like an infection in my leg,
Oh, no.
which is like real frequent. I get in with the lymphedema all the time, and I'm like, I gotta go to the hospital. And she's like, they're gonna make you lose weight. And I'm like, no, that's gonna be fine. I've gone before. She's like,
story
you go
was
to the
so
hospital. we're done."
crazy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And I'm like,
It
what?
turned dark, really dark.
Fuck you. Okay, we're done. Like, I'm not gonna die. Like, literally, she's like, you're faking the infection. I'm like, how do you fake an infection? What are you fucking talking
this
about?
bitch was
wild.
twisted in the head.
Yeah. I mean, she was fine.
So it turns out
to
that
kill him.
she was. I mean, well, what ultimately is the goal of feeding someone? That leads to death. That's the one path
Right,
that it
yeah.
leads to. But what wasn't mentioned in this highlight is that he did eat the cherries out of her vagina.
What a guy. What a legend.
Yeah, I love that.
I like on the highlight. There's a comment from some guy saying, "Lady, if you're watching this video, I'm 300 pounds and looking to put on weight."
I don't know if 300 pounds qualifies yet. Because Boogie said he was at like 500 plus.
Yeah, that's right.
But I guess he's got lots of ways to go for a feeder. It's a long road to go together. This one I completely forgot. This was submitted by a fan. And this is when we had Tai Lopez on the podcast. And we got him good because we had this video where we went to his house and he had a troop of lawyers following me the whole time. And so we decided to get him back good when he came on our own podcast. And we hired an extra that you found on Craigslist, right, Dan?
Yeah. Well, Ian actually.
Yeah,
had
I
it
got
up,
him off
right? Yeah.
Craigslist.
But we all forgot that we did that.
Yeah,
Like,
this
until
one-
we saw the submission.
Right. Same.
How'd you find him? What did you mark
I
it?
put up just need an actor for one day for like an hour. I got a lot of weird people.
Yeah.
So that was a little, but kind of combed through it. And then he was very game. We like put him in the closet
Yeah, right.
No, we hit him.
true.
That's right.
because
Right.
we couldn't. He
He was
couldn't
actually
show
really
his
cool
face.
too. Like, because you never know what you're gonna get with Craigslist, especially actors
Yeah.
are already all weird, and Craigslist actors bottom. But you hit the jackpot with that guy because he
Yeah.
got it.
He
He
was-
got what the gag was. He
Yeah.
played it completely straight. It was amazing.
He sat in our tiny little closet room for like an hour at least,
Yeah.
just because we're like, just be in there.
We were
don't
like,
say
if you
Because
need to
Kai
use the
couldn't see
bathroom,
him.
go do it quick because you can't come out. Like you have to stay in there.
He was so game too.
Yeah.
He was totally cool about
What
it.
did we pay him? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Probably more than girls get for kissing prank.
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost certain.
Yes.
It was a couple hundred. I mean, it was an easy day for him. Honestly, he
And
worked
he's
like
a couple
hours
After
and
he
made a couple
came
$100.
out, I remember afterwards. Then he was like, "I know that guy. He recognized.
Right.
Oh,
Tai.
for real?
Yeah.
I remember that.
I've seen his ass all over YouTube.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So here it is. I watched this morning. I was like, oh my God, this is brilliant. And he plays it. He's so straight too, like you say.
Wow, I knew
And
you
Tai,
were just-
he gets
that's nice.
noticeably
You
flustered
can
when
hand
he
me the
walks
keys
in.
now if you got 'em. They're outside.
I love that shot, how he set the
hey.
camera up.
So anyway,
Look at Ty.
I was in Vegas.
Yeah.
I took a picture out the window 1 hour or 2 hours before, right at that festival.
This is
it was
amazing.
insane. I left 2 hours
So wait, was
before.
he completely
Really?
ignoring what
Right
was
in the middle
happening?
of
Yeah.
Crazy
Look, you can
world,
see he
man.
wants to look over,
Sad
but
world.
he's like resisting.
Some-
And he
Sometimes.
keeps
But on that
imposing
note-
on him.
yeah. You
I couldn't
were,
help go
in
on.
Vegas
I
recently.
was in Vegas. I was speaking at a conference
Whoa.
to entrepreneurs wanting to scale their business.
Can you just bring a little bit closer? I just don't want you to miss anything. Don't worry about him.
Did you bring your lawyer?
He's just here to help out.
Okay.
No, don't worry about it. He's like an intern.
He's gonna read me my Miranda rights.
No, we're just-
This is good.
He's
Dude, the camera work
he's,
turned out great.
Don't worry.
Yep.
Just try not to think about it. No,
Focus.
no, I'm just kidding. We're just doing a little goof.
He doesn't break character.
He's got that. He's got that lawyer
scared
dead in
me.
the eyes. Look.
Oh my God. He's scaring me.
All right.
All right. You're starting to scare me now, so thanks for your service to us. Appreciate it. Very well done, by the way. Lots of
I thought he
intimidation.
was gonna serve me.
Wouldn't that be the slickest way to serve
That was
that?
great.
On my
Yeah, that was
podcast.
great.
On
Thank
your
you, by the
podcast.
way.
That was a great one. Man. Now another favorite.
Was that our first prank ever? That's like kind of a prank.
That was
think
a
only-
really early episode. I want to say Ty was like 16,
me see.
17.
It was pretty early.
Yeah.
man.
Really?
It was.
It doesn't feel that long ago now that I see it, but Tai
It
Lopez.
was a year ago.
Yeah.
Let's see. This one or number 33.
Welcome,
so
everybody.
All right, a little higher.
October 4th. So it was over a year ago.
Over a year ago.
What is this cold open?
A new episode of the H3
What is this? Look at this shit. When have we ever started an episode
Oh, I
like
think
this?
podcast starring your boy.
Oh, I think
Tai
it's
Lopez.
because of the
You know,
gag.
remember when he had attorneys?
Oh, we
Yeah,
just
you
wanted
just
to
explained
explain
it,
a little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cute. Was this live?
Might have pre-recorded.
Yeah,
it.
it was pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Vsauce, Michael here, one of my all-time favorite guests. The guy is an open book. He's hilarious. We talked to him about taking ayahuasca, which is a psychedelic drug,
Yes, it is.
and I thought it was a wonderful conversation. By the way,
Oh, I just realized if Dan is here, he tells us about break time.
oh, who's telling us about? Oh, is it break time already?
It's break
No,
time.
I've been keeping an eye on the clock.
Okay.
It's at 3:45. Will be 30 minutes.
All right,
Oh.
we started late. Okay.
Vsauce is coming back. Our first episode back on
Yeah.
the 25th of January. We'll be joined by Vsauce again. So I'm very much looking forward to that. But here he talks about taking a psychedelic drug, which is just the combination of him, psychedelics, and YouTube Red is just. I love that. Those three things together is not something you would expect.
Nope.
But he had a lot of interesting things to say.
But here's the thing, my heart was going, it was literally beating very fast. There's a moment where I touch my chest and I'm like, yep, it's really happening. But then I thought, how do I let the doctor know? Because I can't think, this is not how I normally feel. Is it weird if I just say, hey, help?
Right. They'd be like, what?
How are they going to interpret that? And so I thought maybe I'll just ask for water, Maybe that will tether me back down to reality because someone will have to bring me water, and that's a really mundane
This is
normal
so.
thing.
I've been there, I feel like I've been in that headspace
Yeah.
of trying to
I don't want to see me talk. But that was great. Love Vsauce.
I love
That
him
whole-
talking about that too because he was so analytical about his experience, which most people who do that are looking for some sort of spiritual connection, and he was more just trying to appreciate what was happening to him the entire time. It was really cool to hear him talk about it.
Yeah, I would like to just put Michael in a room and just give him all kinds of drugs and just
Oh yeah,
record him.
let's get that set up for the 25th.
I mean the new. Okay, Michael, here's MDMA. We'll leave you now. Tell us how you feel. The new season is out. I'm very much looking forward to.
Oh nice.
Yeah, we're going to talk all about that on the 25th. Now, Garth Brooks is somewhat of a phenomenon here and on other podcasts as well because he's just such a legend. And there's one video specifically of Garth's that I love where he goes, he's sitting in his hotel room. Why don't we just watch it? Because I honestly can't watch this too many times. Garth Brooks, Facebook.
Right.
I can't watch this video too many times. It's truly a masterpiece.
Well, I guess it's official. We're now on Facebook. I really wasn't sure about this at the start. But then a friend of mine said something that just made all kinds of sense.
Yeah.
She said, think of it more as a conversation. I like that. But I'm already finding out on my own. So it's wiping the walls out between you and me, and I really like that. It allows us into each other's worlds.
Look at the title. Garth Brooks' first Facebook post and video, amazing, authentic, and transparent.
100%.
That's funny because when I watch this, I see
like
the opposite.
In my case,
A hotel room.
Hotel room.
This reminds me of Tai Lopez in my garage video in that it tries to look authentic and natural, but you know he's done it 1,000 times.
Yeah, this take 40 at least, for
It
sure.
looks like
It's got the same quality.
the type of video you'd make from the bunker after the bombs have fallen.
I really like that.
I like that.
You know what would be fun is to just maybe do like a GoFundMe and then run this as a YouTube pre-roll.
GoFundMe?
Yeah, for people to donate, and then you use all that money as a community, and you use this as a YouTube pre-roll, so people just get this video.
Oh, a GoFundMe to pay to have this as an ad on YouTube,
Okay.
so it's just constantly popping up. That's
kind of funny,
good.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's like Tai Lopez, but he's not selling anything but himself. I wonder if you get pissed or if you love that.
I really like that.
People be like, "What the fuck?" I mean, that'd be amazing. Let's start a GoFundMe.
Think about things I want to post. I want to post cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff. But most of the stuff I'm going to post is going to be raw stuff like this. This is just who I am.
Golly.
So if this is truly a conversation, then I say let the conversation begin.
And iconically, after saying "let the conversation begin," it was the last video he ever posted. I say "let the conversation end." Yeah, incredible.
Good stuff.
I'd never seen that until you showed it to me, and now I find myself doing that, like that. I like that.
Oh,
And
all
you
the
can't
time.
help it.
And do people think you're being strange because they don't
Oh, I'm
understand the
sure,
reference? Yeah.
without a doubt.
That happens to me a lot.
Yeah.
We used to watch it so many times, but we didn't know what to do with it. Like,
Yeah, I know. But it was somewhat underground.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are picking up on it now. But the great moment, one of my favorite moments, is we had Chris D'Elia on, and I saw that he was a Garth Brooks fan in the similar sense that I was.
Right.
And I says to him, I pitch him this idea. I go, you know what I want to do? I want to recreate this video word for word and just post it. And he's like, I think I've done that.
That's right.
So here, and we discover that he did it, and he didn't even
I
remember.
want to recreate it. I want to upload this to my YouTube channel unedited.
I think I did this and uploaded it.
Are you serious? You did it? You recreated it?
I know.
I really.
I know. I sent the video to Joe Rogan. I know I sent it to Joe Rogan.
Here, let's see what happens.
And I think I sent it to Brian Callen. I don't know if I ever uploaded it. I did.
Oh,
I did.
700 views.
Five months ago.
Yeah.
Why is there only 700 views?
Because
I
it's
didn't
some
do
random
this.
person.
Why?
It wasn't you.
Oh.
But somehow this ended
wow,
on
I
the
did
internet.
do it.
It's just 5 months
I
ago.
wonder who
It's not
uploaded
even that long ago.
Oh yeah, so somebody found.
Well,
it.
I wonder how many
Well,
views it
I
has
guess
now. I
it's
want to check.
official.
What?
We're now
This
on
is
Facebook.
great.
It's him first.
I really wasn't sure about this at the start.
Oh, so
A friend of mine said
it's back to back.
And I will say this. Pause for a sec. I didn't write it down. I watched it so many times that I did it. I remember.
oh,
This is from.
I remember. I remember.
It's a straight feeling and authenticity.
Yeah.
Then I say let the
I really like that.
it has 50,000 views now.
There you
Really?
go.
Oh,
You
shit.
made a difference.
I need to acknowledge that. This is pretty wild. This is pretty insane that this exists. Like,
You brought it up. You thought you'd bring it up, and I'm like, bro, I'm waiting.
I want to recreate this.
How do I look in the fucking? I'm in my bedroom.
Well,
What a fucking idiot.
you're in a hotel room. Don't,
Right,
don't,
right,
Yeah,
right.
come on. I'm immersed.
Well, I guess it's official. We're on Facebook. You know, I really wasn't sure about this
That
at the
pause
start.
is perfect.
But then a friend of mine said something that made all kinds of sense. She said, just think of it as a conversation. I like that. You know what I'm already noticing myself? Is that it's wiping away the walls of communication between you and me. Well, I really like that. It allows us to take a look.
That line is an invitation to fuck.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
weird.
So-
It totally is.
That's a fucking. That's a let's fuck at.
What did you think Facebook was?
Dating site. Yeah.
Everybody can see this?
Yeah.
Fuck!
To each other's worlds. Or in my case, my hotel room. When I think about the things I want to post cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff. But I'm probably going to end up posting raw stuff like this. Because it's who I am. Well, I guess if this is a conversation, then I say, let the conversation begin.
I love it.
So good.
I love it.
Chris,
The fact that we
well
just
done.
stumbled upon
Yeah.
that, like accidentally, is just a joy. And as Ela said, it's now from 700 to 50,000. So don't anyone ever say that we here at the H3 Podcast didn't make a difference.
Bringing joy to the world.
On some guy's channel. It's
Yeah.
not even Chris D'Elia.
And
It is break time now.
oh, it is break time. So we have a lot more. Up next, we've got Post Malone, Patrice Wilson, Live Spook. That was not a joke.
Yeah.
We've got so much more. And then my worst moments coming up. And then your guys' best and worst moments coming up, including Ela. Do not go away, guys. This is episode 100. We are just getting started. And I say, let the conversation begin. And we'll be right back. These days, you can get practically everything on demand. But why can't you get stamps? Did you know that you can get postage on demand? All you need is stamps.com. With stamps.com, you can access all the services of the post office right from your desk. You can buy and print real U.S. postage of any letter or any package, all available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You just click, print, mail, and boom, bada bing, Bob's your uncle, you're done. Stamps.com will even send you a digital scale so that you can weigh it and then properly print out the postage for it. You literally do not have to go wait in lines at the post office anymore. With Stamps.com, you're fully equipped. You've got the scale. You've got the means. Do it from home, for Christ's sake. We do everything else from home. Why not ship? Now, we just did this charity live stream. We've got a ton of stuff to ship. Guess how we're doing it, baby?
Stamps.com.
That's right, because there's no easier way. That's the situation. Right now, we've even got a special offer, okay, for H3 listeners. 4-week free trial includes postage and a digital scale. So don't wait. Go to Stamps.com, and before you do anything else, click on the radio microphone at the top of the homepage and type in H3 for that special offer. That's Stamps.com. Go to the microphone and enter H3. Are you crunching for Christmas? Trying to find that perfect gift? Well, no worries, because everything you need for you and your loved ones is over at MeUndies. That's right. MeUndies uses the coveted micromodal fabric, which is 3 times softer than cotton, and you've never felt fabric this soft. So get ready to experience the pure bliss in underwear form. Now, a lot of us walk around wearing normal cotton underwear, and you don't understand how important it is for this beautifully soft micromodal to rub up against your precious jewels. It will change your life. You will do not understand how soft and luxurious this is. Look at Ela there, showing these beautiful, luscious red undies off. You can also get styles that are perfectly suited for you or your special someone. Men, women can choose from 4 different cuts, all of which are available from classic colors to adventurous prints. I'm talking jack-o'-lanterns, holiday plaid, and, of course, my personal favorite, milk and cereal. Seriously, these fun undies would be a great stocking stuffer, but why stop at undies? MeUndies has cozy lounge pants and onesies in that super same soft fabric, perfect for wearing on Christmas morning. MeUndies has got a great offer for my listeners. For any first-time purchase, when you purchase any MeUndies, you get 15% off and free shipping. That's right. Crunch for time. You can't go wrong with a MeUndies gift card, so it's a no-brainer. You get 15% off the most comfortable underwear that will ever rub up against your genitals. You may cream your pants, but only the first couple of times. So you'll get used to it. It's that comfortable. To get 50% off your first pair, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed, go to MeUndies.com/H3. That's MeUndies.com/H3. Now through December 25th, 23andMe DNA kits are on sale. 23andMe helps you understand what your DNA can tell you about you and your family's story. It's named for the 23 pairs of chromosomes that make up our DNA. Now, when you take this, you get 90-plus personalized genetic reports that offer DNA insights to what makes you unique. And it's so easy to do. All you do is spit in a tube provided by 23andMe Kit, which is the sexiest thing I've done all year. Register your sample to your personal 23andMe account, and in a few weeks, Bob your uncle, you receive your personalized online report. Here are some things that it can tell you about yourself just from analyzing a little spit. Mosquito bites. How prone are you to get bitten by mosquitoes? Do you like the taste of cilantro? Some people say cilantro tastes like dishwasher soap. I thought they were insane, but it turns out it's all genetic. Musical pitch. Can you tell musical pitch?
Can you recognize song?
That's interesting. Wellness. Muscle composition. Do you have the muscles of a elite power athlete? Damn. I did have that genetic variant, and so please address me as sir in the future. And sleep movement. Do your arms and legs twitch while you're sleeping? Well, they've got a sleep movement report. You can discover how your genetics may influence how much your arms and legs move during sleep, and so much more. It's a fascinating look into your genetic makeup. It's so unique and so interesting. It's so fun. Now through December 25th, you get 30% off any 23andMe kit. Order your DNA kit at 23andme.com/H3. That's the number 23andme.com/H3. Again, that's 23andme.com/H3. You get 30% off through December 25th. Give it a shot. I love that Dollar Shave Club has everything I need to look, feel, and smell my very best. What I love even more is the fact that I never have to go to the store. That's because, one, Dollar Shave Club delivers everything I need right to my door, and two, they keep me fully stocked on what I use so I never run out. Here's how it works. Bye. Dollar Shave Club has everything you need to get ready, no matter what you're getting ready for. They have you covered head to toe for your hair, your skin, your face, even your butthole. You name it, they've got it. And they've got this new program where they automatically keep you stocked up on the products you use. You determine what you want and when you want it, and it shows up right to your door from once a month to every 6 months. That's what I do. I keep them coming every month, and I never run out, especially those one-wipe Charlies. Let me tell you, as far as butt wipes go, it leaves a nice tingle on my anus. I'm telling you, there's a tingle, and I love that about it. But the shampoo is delicious. It smells great. Hila, she's all over me. But I think it's because of my clean butthole. I could be wrong, though. Plus, is that right, Hila? It's the clean butthole. But plus, with their handsome discount, the more you buy, the more you save. And right now, they got a bunch of starter sets that you can try for just $5, like their shower starter set, which includes the shampoo. After that, the restock box ships regular-sized products at regular price. So what the F are you waiting for? Get your starter kits for just $5. Give them a shot. See if you like it. See if it's right for you. I have a feeling you're going to love these products. So head on over to dollarshaveclub.com/H3. Give them a shot. Try it for just $5. That's dollarshaveclub.com/H3. And we're back. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. We are here to celebrate the 100th episode of the H3 podcast and look fondly back.
Hype.
Where was I? Post Malone.
Never heard of him.
Always a favorite guest. Always a treasure to have him on. But was it his last appearance?
I think so.
There was the live show after that.
Wow.
So, yes. During one of his appearances here, Patrice Wilson started live streaming some really creepy stuff that seemed to be directed towards me. And we were watching this unfold live, and it was very spooky. So he started broadcasting just a shower curtain.
Right, and H3 was in the title.
H3,
we discovered it.
Exactly. And so, well, look for yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
a new
I'm
one.
scared. What is that creepy fucking screen?
Dude, I have chills right now.
We didn't know there
That
was a shower
screen
curtain.
is so
We were just
creepy. It's
what
like a
is that?
CD screen, like a screen with like guck in it.
He was just moving behind it. No, it's not a screen. No! Oh, he's coming. No! It was just on the other side.
No.
That is like
That
a true
is a-
visceral
that is a-
reaction.
That's
right
a
there,
real
too. That-
person?
I
'Cause I
know
thought
it
was-
scared the shit out of me.
Turn this off.
I thought
And
that it
Post
was
was
like-
very spookable too.
Yeah.
Right.
So
no,
we were all
like
getting
ghosties.
the creeps.
Yeah.
Patrice Wilson is already a guy that's just a little strange, right?
That's fair. I think that's a
And
fair way to put it.
I just thought it really scared the shit out of me when I saw this, and it continues. So this happened early on in the episode, and we closed it. We're like, all right, we can't have this. Is way too scary. And later on, the live chat was saying he's back, and it's changed. And this part really scared the shit out of me. Here you have it. He's got a countdown timer.
That's a cemetery.
A graveyard.
That
See Post.
is Patrice in a
What is
cemetery.
this? That was so
Countdown with my name in the
ridiculously
title.
creepy.
I love you. Just
Is that goodbye?
not a full goodbye yet. I'll spend the night with you.
Well, I'm worried about December 1st.
That's what I'm saying.
On December 1st?
Yeah, I'll spend the night with you.
Let's do a getaway. I don't want to be in LA.
Why?
Because he's here.
Fuck that.
Well, just
Let him come.
let's just hole up with some shotties.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I think I'm drunk. I
Make
could
a
tell
whole
my
video
eyes
about
are
it.
What's the
squinty.
safest room in your house?
There's not. It's very vulnerable, and it makes
It's
me
very
concerned.
vulnerable, and you can attack from
Well,
anywhere.
he already
true.
knows
That
that,
was
it's
our old
planning to kill me.
Made everything way worse. Now I've got a defensible high ground.
When the time clock ended, we left the house. We didn't want to be in the house just in case.
Yeah,
I
weren't
was-
you hiding in a grocery store
Yeah.
parking
So
lot?
when the clock went down to 0, it was getting more provocative and more threatening. I felt, and I felt so unsafe in our last house as well that I was like, and we just had got. Did we have Shredder at the time?
I think we.
I was really scared for
That's breakfast
Shredder.
cargo, yeah.
And so we packed up, we got Shredder, we went in the car, and we just drove into a public parking lot and just held up for a couple hours. Because I was like, look, I don't fucking know what this guy's up to at all.
No, I would have done at least that. I would just skip town for the day.
But then Patrice was like, "Why did everyone think this was creepy?
Yeah.
I would
I was
never."
just strolling through a cemetery.
Yeah. Well, and there was even more. He directly addressed you at some point.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah.
Ethan Klein, I'm coming for you. And like,
Yeah. No, I know.
Oh my god.
That was a wild one.
Yeah.
But it was special. We shared it with Post live, and it was a special, beautiful moment. It's just one of many. Jordan Peterson hits the vape god. Now, there's an internal debate in this office because we have retired the vape god. And I think for guests like Jordan Peterson, it is so fantastic to have them hit it. But Ela holds the opinion, and she's not necessarily wrong, that it's really disgusting and a weird request to make of somebody. But, you know, and I appreciate that. She thinks it's dirty, but we keep it clean. Don't we, Dan?
Oh, yeah, sure.
What? I mean, you clean the
No,
tube.
yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, and there's not much. Yeah, I mean, we wipe off the tube and sterilize it before somebody new hits it or whatever. But to me, it's more so that it's like right off the bat, some people might feel obligated to do it when they really don't want to,
Yeah,
and then that
that's what
starts
I'm
the
worried
interview on
about.
a weird foot.
Well,
But we're, I mean, as I guess we're about to see, Jordan
the
Peterson,
problem-
I thought would be like hell no, and
Yeah.
he was
that's
super down.
That's the problem, right? Is that you on one hand say this is a little strange and they're going to be uncomfortable, but then on the other hand, you have moments like this.
Okay, so
I'm happy to comply.
rip it fat.
Okay, so I just breathe
Yeah,
in. do
breathe
I?
in. I got the button. Fat rips. Nice.
He's
You're
like
good.
staring
Yeah,
at
you
you.
get
This is fucking legendary.
Damn, you know how to keep it in.
He ripped it so fast, so calmly.
He didn't even cough or
Nice.
anything.
That was
was
impressive, I
a
gotta say.
fat
I've never
one.
really tried a battery powered.
He's Canadian. Let's be honest. I mean,
But-
they know how to do this up there.
That was impressive.
I remember he said, rituals are important.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Was he the first one we made do that?
No, we
No.
had Harley and Bobby Lee and everybody doing
Right.
it. We had a lot of people doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like he was the first.
I
Was he?
kind of was thinking that too, because yeah.
Doesn't it taste like battery acid? Or it does?
Some days.
Oh. Gotcha.
The problem
Back
is
to my point.
the piping that it goes through definitely it makes it taste a little funky. But it's all right.
If it did, he was unfazed.
I think back then it
rolled with it.
was still a clean hit, but as time's gone on, it hits so harsh
Yeah.
that you feel like battery.
I mean, it's a
really.
prop is the thing. Like
Yeah.
it was made as a prop, and so it's not necessarily over the long term. So
what you're saying, Dan, is that we need to build a more
resilient
stable,
God vape,
not a prop, essentially.
Yeah. If you own a vape company out there, hit us up. Podcast at h3h3productions.com.
Well, that was a special moment, regardless of if it was right or wrong. Justin pranks Joel Osteen. Another great moment from last year's charity event. We called Joel Osteen is this mega preacher who was in the media at the time because they had this horrible hurricane, and tons of people were homeless and without shelter. And Joel, a man of God, had this mega church in the worst area on the high ground, completely unaffected by the flooding. And the church was closed. He wasn't letting anybody in there.
Yeah.
So he was getting slammed all throughout the media. And we took it upon ourselves to vigilante justice. And Justin calls in Joel Osteen. And the woman who answers is just, lack of a better term, a little bit of a Looney Tune.
I think that's more than fair.
Yeah. So here we go.
Keep saying Ricky. Do you know someone named
She started
Ricky?
talking in tongues.
Yeah.
Ricky ta 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 ta. What does any of this mean? I'm confused. If I were to translate this, would it be like, hey, don't let people into the building during the flood because we don't want their dirty footsteps
She's still
walking
going
on our
on
nice
while he's
carpets.
talking.
Blood of Jesus.
Blood of Jesus.
The blood of Jesus.
I heard you the first time. Yeah, I heard it the first time. The blood of Jesus.
Thank you for Second Chronicles.
I've never seen anything like that.
2015. 2015 was a good year. Flight News. Flight News Battles. Is that a magazine you read? What are you talking about? I am so confused right now. Is this supposed to be some kind of... Yes. Oh, it's a prayer line. Is it a prayer line where you just ramble crazy nonsense? What language is this? I'm going to call my translator so I can follow the conversation. Ricky pop pa ta 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 ta. Ricky tati tapi pop pop pa ta ta ta. Ricky tati papi tapi ta 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 pop 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 pop. Ricky tiki taki paki paki taki taki. You're laughing at it because you know it's funny because it's ridiculous. That's why you're laughing right now. I just made you laugh.
I think somebody filled us in that she's laughing the demons away.
Laughing at Satan. This is a thing, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's laughing at Satan.
Yeah, it's part of the ritual to purge the evil out of her phone call.
Look,
dude, that was so crazy. Like that was so much more insane than we ever could have expected.
You have to. Yes.
Yeah, it seems kind of. I may get some out of that. Do we still have that number?
You want
I
to call
feel
the prayer line?
I think I could use it.
Hit him up.
A couple Ricky Ticky ta ta ta.
Yeah.
People take shit too far. This is Christianity on. This is what happens when you overdose on Christianity. The blood of Jesus.
Oh my God.
Everything in moderation, folks.
You're dying.
Oh, she's transferred.
She's gonna put me up to the next level of prayer line.
Because you did so good.
She's
what did she do with you?
I'm putting. She's
Every
like,
time that she got stuck, she just started speaking in tongues.
I cannot believe what I just.
That was a special moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah.
to find someone that's just starts speaking in tongues and laughing the demons away is a beautiful moment.
I remember that made not national news, but there were articles
Right,
about
that
that.
Right. We had a viral moment.
Right.
Yeah. Also, the previous one made it into articles with Post Malone because he was talking about when the stream was gonna end December 1st.
He joked.
He joked, and then people
Oh,
thought
he said that was the day Beer Bongs and Bentleys
Yeah.
was going to drop. And
December
everybody,
1st.
it was like Billboard was like,
Yeah,
and then
and
people
he's just
thought that
revealed.
was the date of the release.
Yeah, and he was just goofing around. And then actually on December 1st, I felt bad.
Yeah.
Because he had to tweet out, sorry, everybody, it's not the album's not coming out today.
he was so obviously joking. Like, what the hell, people?
Oh, yeah, that was great. I mean, huge, like Rolling Stones,
Yeah.
Billboard, Post Malone reveals.
And when I saw those articles, I was like, wait, where did he say that?
Mm-hmm.
And then to find that it was our stream talking about
On the
Patrice.
It's funny because they don't mention the show. They're just like, Post Malone said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bastards. If they had mentioned the show, people would have been like, oh, it's not serious.
Right.
Jack, now this was a moment that I personally loved, is that the night before the Jack Black episode aired, Justin Roiland reached out to me and he said, do you know that I met Jack Black long ago and he helped me pitch and sell my first show ever. And he's a huge inspiration to me and was a huge help to me. And he sent me all this incredible media, like pictures that said, what did it say? Keep
Doors down.
knock doors down.
Right.
And he had even done a cameo in his first show that he sold. And Jack was talking about how, like,
Bob Odenkirk.
Bob Odenkirk and David Cross had given them their big break by putting them on Mr. Show. And so that kind of gave me the perfect end to be like, well,
Jack,
you've apparently, passed it on. And this was a beautiful moment. Understand it from a mutual friend of ours. You are also an advocate. I have a surprise.
What?
Somewhat of a surprise.
Oh my God! Am I gonna be surprised by someone from a blast from my past gonna enter the room?
I think so.
Oh no!
I'm really excited. A friend of mine reached out because he heard you were going to be on the
They are
show.
so cool.
And I don't
So
know that
fucking
you've
cool.
seen this, he said, but I think that you will I want to say for the record, I think that's one of my favorite episodes we've ever done.
Yeah, I know it's
Really?
recent, but honestly, like two of the best guests we've ever had. Just so cool, so funny. They hung out before and after.
They sang for us after. That was incredible.
Yeah, we probably never mentioned the thing with Zach.
Wait,
right?
do we have a so Zach, who's our sound lad, he's a musician. He shreds on guitar.
Well, thank you very much.
And he Kyle Gass is like a crazy shredder. And so Zach and Kyle and Jack started jamming and singing.
Yeah, Zach knew Master Exploder, which is a Tenacious D song. And I think he was asking Kyle about his guitar. He was like, here, take a look or whatever. And he just started busting out into the song. And like, I had like the split second moment of like, oh, like, don't try and like show them up or whatever. I was completely wrong. They immediately just launch into the song and they like play the entire song with him, sing the whole thing. It was so cool.
How was that for you, Zach?
It was one of the highlights of my life.
Yeah.
Like
Do we-
it was, I do have a video of it on my phone, but
Is that a schlep to get that up?
Maybe we can tweet it later or something.
Tweet it later from the podcast
Yeah.
Twitter?
just,
That'd be great.
It
yeah.
was insane. It was just
No.
like he started singing, and that was just like, oh my god!
Can't believe this is happening right now.
So I could tell on Zach's face
Yeah.
that he was living out a fantasy
Yeah.
for us. Yeah, this really. I mean, those guys and Jack Black is such a legend. Like, man, I used to be obsessed with his HBO series. It was one of the funniest things ever. I mean,
Seriously.
Yeah.
it really.
When we were researching for them coming in, as part of it, I went back and just like watched some of it. It'd been years. I hadn't seen it in forever. Completely holds up.
So good.
Funny.
So good.
Like,
Does it hold up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it hold up? I find this joke fairly tasteless. You remember the butt babies in the desert where Kyle gives anal birth?
Oh my
I
God.
love that. So good. But at any rate, where were we? Be joyed by it.
Wow.
You'll be
So
joyed by it.
You will be joyed by
This
it.
is like this.
Never
is your
been
life.
joyed.
This is an
It is.
episode of.
So hang
A
on.
lot of people don't.
Here we go. Tell me if you recognize this.
Oh my God. It's Justin Roiland.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
Speaking of genius.
Justin Roiland, Jack Black helped Justin Roiland pitch and sell his first show as EP.
Wow.
Jack helped Justin get his foot in the door. No, well, and by the way, look at him. He reached out and he's like, Jack is amazing. He helped me and he believed in me. And I just want to say hi and thank you. And that he loves you.
What a mensch.
Well, because you did a little me to be able to convey that sincerity to Jack Black. Come on.
That was a
That was
special
special.
It's
moment.
as good as it gets.
Definitely.
And the fact that Justin had the picture still.
As good as it gets.
Had those Polaroids.
I guess there. Let me find that for.
Good thing that he doesn't throw away anything.
I know. And Jack, actually, I never conveyed what Justin said because I showed him that clip, and he cracked up laughing when Jack was like, "Oh, Justin's a saver," because Justin is a hoarder. When you go in his house, you can tell this guy doesn't throw anything out ever.
There it is.
Yeah, here it is. Modest, but this is what he told me. Okay. Look at, I couldn't believe he sent me this photo last night. Blow doors down. Jack Black.
Well, he's a saver. You should save stuff like that.
He's a horse straight up porter. But I can't believe how young.
He looks so young too.
I know. I can't get over.
Barely
it.
recognize him.
Man. He's a different person. He's a sweet kid, dude. Look at him.
Yeah, that's wild.
I know. Look at that little genius just waiting
He really
to become
is a true genius.
Oh yeah.
Justin.
Oh
It's
God.
crazy.
He's like one of these crazy geniuses that are like fearless and like unhesitant, you know? Like he doesn't have a filter in the best way possible. And he embraces these, like his game coming out is so imaginative.
Yeah.
And it's like so uniquely him, you know? It's almost no one else could have made it but him.
Yeah.
He really is such a creative force. And truly an honor to consider him a friend. And this was just really one of my favorite moments, probably. So there you have it. Next, what do we got?
Next.
Here's a great one. I'm almost done with my list, by the way. Martin Scarelli admits to doing crimes live.
This is. I couldn't believe I forgot
Oh
about
my
this
God.
one. Like,
Now
this is legendary.
This was another one of those unplanned, beautiful, genius moments where we're having a live show with, I think it was Eric and
Yeah.
Jesse Wellens, and somebody, and this was right after Scarelli got like sentenced or convicted.
It was the day he was convicted. It was before the sentencing, which is key to why this was so amazing because he was very much underplaying how much punishment was coming his way.
Well, he didn't know. And
he seemed pretty confident when he was saying
he
to us.
seemed to be of the feeling that he was getting off with the slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
And he asked us, well, how much? He's like, I'm not admitting anything, but how much jail time would you do for $100 million?
But also,
And we're like, what do you mean by that?
how did it happen? We were just talking about him, and then he was streaming, and then he started watching our stream on his stream.
Yeah, I think in the
Right.
back, I just was keeping an eye on the chat, and people were just started spamming in the chat. Hey, Martin Shkreli is like streaming right now, and he's watching you guys. I was like, what the fuck? And sure enough,
So we're like, we've got to get Shkreli on here if we can. And after trying to line it up, we finally figured it out and got him on. And well, here, let me play the clip for you because this truly, he's in prison right now. And
As we speak.
And I've always suspected that this clip of him on our show was played before the judge before sentencing came
probably.
out. He goes, listen to this. I mean, listen to this.
Yeah.
I just really want to hear it.
Let me ask you guys a crazy question. If you could make $100 million, but you had to go to jail, how much time would you do?
Is this related to your situation?
Totally unrelated.
Because you just said you made $30,000, and I feel like your answer was sarcastic.
Yeah, there seems to be a little bit of intent now.
Yeah.
This hypothetical situation seems to have intent.
How much time would you do?
I mean,
That's hard.
For how much?
100 million.
100 million?
If I could, wait, what is the question again?
What are you, fucking Tony Soprano?
For $100 million, how much time would you do? He asked.
Just money? How much time would I do?
Yeah.
Am I like?
The orange is the new black.
Is it on the expense of people?
Yeah, who suffers? Are you
Right.
just
Yeah.
talking? Is it just
you
a
need
straight
no
up like,
context.
hey, serve a year, here's a bunch of money?
Nobody suffers.
What would you do?
I would do a year.
What would you do?
I would do a year.
What would
for
you do?
100.
0 to 30?
I would do 0 to 30 days.
I would do zero. I'm a fucking criminal.
I'm just curious because I asked a friend, like my lawyers especially, I said, so even if you assume I'm guilty, which I'm not, I'm coming out of this with over $100 million, and
He lost
like,
all
I
of
asked
it.
my
The judge took pretty much all of his money, right?
I don't know,
including his Wu-Tang
Wu-Tang
album.
out, yeah.
So he
most
lost
importantly,
everything.
yeah, honestly, why even go on at that point?
But he's such a cocky bitch. He couldn't
Yeah.
help but brag,
Right.
and he couldn't help but come on and be like, if you could make $100 million, how much time would you do?
It kept going on his streams about how people just don't understand that he's not scamming anyone. He's just messing with the insurance companies
to help fund more research and provide.
Since this stream, I've learned a lot more about the topic, and it was totally scamming.
Well, that's the talking point of all these pharmaceutical companies who jack the price up like 100 times. They always say the same thing that he was saying, and I guess he convinced some people that that's true. But what they say is, oh, well, by raising the price 100 times, we make it more accessible, which is like a total like double speak, counterintuitive. But they say it gives us more money for research and it helps us subsidize people who can't afford it, except that there's actually no evidence of any of these guys giving it out for free like they supposedly say they do.
Right.
Well, and also the people that pay for it is health insurance and government and Social Security. So it ends up costing taxpayers like $1 billion.
Yeah, or more, probably a lot more.
But at any rate,
and he also, it wasn't in that clip, but I remember in that interview, he was like, I'll get 6 months. That was his estimate.
Right.
And it's 7 years, I think, is what
And
he
they
got.
took
So
his
a little
money.
more than 6 months.
And
And
they-
they took money. And they took the Wu-Tang album. I mean,
there you have it.
There you have it.
His story is one that's just so fascinating that he became so notorious. Like he said it in this interview, and he's right. There's way bigger offenders than he is that are way more powerful and way more wealthy and way more, I would say, well, I don't know about way more, but they are predatory on a larger scale.
Yeah.
And they avoid scrutiny, but somehow he was made notorious by the media, I guess because he's put himself out there, probably.
He sacrificed the anonymity that the other guys like cherish in exchange for being like a meme lord
Yeah.
in the public eye. So, you know.
I think
He wanted to be a cool, edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He paid the ultimate price.
It is an interesting thing, though, because, I mean, his big mistake in a way was just being honest about what he was doing. Like, he was, it's kind of weird
To
how
an
he's,
extent.
I mean, you know, trying to make that argument that it wasn't fraud. I mean, obviously the court did not agree with that.
Yeah.
But just, you know,
By
in
the way,
principle, raising the money and everything, you know, what he said oftentimes was just, you know, all these companies do this.
I agree.
It's like,
I agree.
you know?
No, that was
And they are all under investigations now.
Well, there you
Maybe
go.
not all, but a lot of them are.
Well, he lost in the court of public opinion, and that's why everyone went after him. But
we asked for Hillary Clinton's DNA too.
Oh, that's why. Oh my God, that's such a great. That's the reason he ended up going to prison, is because he was on probation, and then he made a tweet sarcastically asking anyone to get a sample of Hillary Clinton's DNA so he could clone her.
He could completely.
Yeah, you said I have the sequences. I want to make sure it matches.
And so the judge determined that,
that
he
is
was
legitimately
a threat.
hilarious. Martin,
Yes,
so kudos for that. But yeah,
but it wasn't worth it. The
and I
joke
don't think it was
wasn't
that probation. He was out on
bail,
on bond.
and they
bail,
removed his bail.
Right,
Because the judge thought he was a threat to public safety. But actually, what he ended up going to prison for had nothing to do with the medicine. It was he defrauded investors of a hedge fund.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
Great guy.
Well, yeah, it's like you're involved in so many shady things. You went to prison
But
for the one.
No, he's the good guy somehow.
Yeah, he's the good guy.
According to him.
Well, always remember Shkreli for Rip Harambe.
Yeah.
Let's pull that up because that is genuinely a.
I'd watch a Shkreli movie. If they
That's
made one.
probably coming.
Wait,
It's
what is
probably
that?
coming.
Wait, you would watch? Oh yeah, I would watch.
You and I, let's do.
And this is literally straight.
He's a fascinating guy.
Yeah. Oh,
and
absolutely.
I'll tell you what, every time he's streaming or something, he's always sitting alone home by himself. Like he's like the loneliest dude ever.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah.
But here he is trolling CBS now.
Further away, you
Yes.
talk about being upset. Harambe, who is the gorilla that was killed at the Cincinnati Zoo. You on Twitter talk about caring so much about him, that the life meant so much. The Cincinnati Zoo has come out and asked people to stop using memes, and you've used a lot of memes in social media. How is that respecting Harambe by doing that when they're asking to stop in order to honor him?
Sure. So as a sort of moonlighting scientist, you know, I work a lot with non-human primates. We call them in the labs NHPs. So any rhesus monkeys, capuchins, all the way up to the higher order species.
Why are these
Those are memes.
I have, my brother and I especially, have this deep fondness for animals that are so close to humans, so remarkably close. In fact, there are bonobos that can even communicate with you on a one-to-one level and tell jokes and be sarcastic and funny and even flirt with you. It's unbelievable how human-like these creatures are. And the idea that we just shot this animal in cold blood and we don't have to debate
I know, I was
whether or not
thinking,
that was
isn't
a
that
good
kind of
idea.
strange?
To
how
save
he's
a
standing?
child is the argument.
All the mannerisms
If
are
you
very
don't save your
strange,
child
yeah.
in cold blood, to save a child that was
To be honest,
that.
it's painful to even talk about this. But let's get back to the issue, which is that in this country, I don't think we value non-human primate life the way we should. I think these animals actually should have rights, believe it or not. And
But if they did, Martin, they wouldn't be able to be used in the pharmaceutical industry, which
I don't
is what
think
you
they
were
should
talking
be.
about.
I don't think they should be. You know, I do a lot of I've overseen the death of thousands of these animals, whether they be dogs or rats, and many times
sounds
not
awful.
dogs.
You've overseen
Absolutely.
the death?
Every single pharmaceutical executive has. Pfizer probably kills 1 million animals a year.
It's completely true.
And
That's what's
it's
so
painful.
weird about it.
You know, if that doesn't
But I can't tell if
eat
he's
at you,
serious or
I
not.
can't either. But it's like
Because actually, I do agree with what he's saying, but it's such a troll. It's hard to get a read on.
When you talk about that, it feels like it is it's a moral decision. It's how you feel morally. And yet when you talk about drug prices, when we were talking earlier, and I know you're saying it should go to the insurance companies, it's up to the insurance companies. But why not have that same moral compassion for the way the system is right now?
I have more moral compassion. You know, I mean, I think that there's, for instance, 7,000 rare diseases. There's only 5 or 6 companies in the world that care about those diseases. The Pfizers, the Mercks, the AstraZenecas, they care about the big sellers. But there's dying kids, friends of mine, like the Kulzer brothers, 3 kids with pecan. I invented the first drug ever for pecan. And these 3 kids, they're staring at their death sentence. They're teenagers. And I'm fighting my butt off to save them, and I need money to do that. Investors don't care for these little diseases and so forth. So I think I have a lot more compassion than most people think. That's why I'm in the drug business. But at the same time, non-human
It also happens to be the most lucrative of all business. But at any rate, rest in peace, Harambe.
Yeah.
Went down the Scarelli hole a little bit too far.
Yeah, maybe.
And finally, my favorite top moment is Dr. Disrespect jumping through the roof. And here we have it.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see.
There you have it.
Knocked his
wait a minute.
knocked his hair back a
I
little.
don't have a
on that
receding
jump.
hairline. It's just. Hold on a second.
Look at me. I forgot I got all dressed up like
Yeah.
that. I need to do something in that character.
That character is great.
Professor Prophecy.
Yeah.
Still looking good.
We may have another clip of
I mean,
Professor
that was-
Prophecy.
Oh, we have one coming up?
Well, this was a pretty special episode. So.
All right. God, we got to do something. I like that get up a lot. But, you know, worth mentioning is that a lot of people criticized us. By the way, I don't have any problem showing. He's clearly shown himself out of costume now, as many of you have seen. But a lot of people were angry because, in fact, they were even saying, oh, this is the highlight.
Yeah.
They were even saying that we purposely.
Yeah, we doxed
Which
him.
is I always resented that because.
didn't explain why.
First of all, what?
You didn't explain what you're talking about.
Oh, at the end of the episode, we always go to like a slate and go to the wide. And so immediately as the interview's done, he takes off his wig and glasses and you see him out of character. But we do that at the end of every episode, and I had no way to know
That he was going to immediately.
take everything off immediately.
Yeah,
It was never our intention to do that.
You just did that, right? Yeah, it's not actually in the episode because we cut it out. It was only in the Twitch.
Oh,
this is when
really?
we were still on Twitch.
Mhm.
Yeah, actually, somebody submitted us doxing him as their worst moment in the email. So I actually do have that clip because somebody re-uploaded it.
But since then, he has shown himself.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, a bunch of times.
Even
I mean, it's-
before, by the way,
Yeah,
even before that, he
that's
did.
Right, yeah.
They were already.
But hey,
yeah.
what can you say? There's always someone to complain.
It was
But-
not intentional.
No. Of course, people always assume the worst. I found.
They did it on purpose.
Yeah. It was a huge plot.
Yeah, that's the only reason
And
I invited
I
him.
went, okay, we're over. Now take off your wig.
Right.
So there you have it. Now, I've got 2 worst moments to share with you guys.
These are selected by you?
These are selected by me. Okay. Now, first of all, worst moment, we go way, way back to our first live episode. I'm sure you guys have all seen this. Joji memed on me so badly. The way this was framed up just set me up and knocked me down. We were like hours in. I was
Yeah.
so drunk at this time. We were just chit-chatting. I think we were talking about how, like, in the animal kingdom, Like, look at Shredder. He's a serial rapist.
Yeah.
Okay? Our dog Shredder goes to the dog park. No, seriously. He goes out there and he'll fuck anything that moves. He doesn't ask for consent.
He'll try.
And my only point is that back in the day, human beings like Neanderthals or whatever earlier form, even apes, they're out there. I don't know that they fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Right? I'll say, okay, does that make sense?
That's fair.
Either way, it was just like nothing researched, just some stupid like conversation.
Right, which is always what people get upset about in this podcast. Or just a couple of people shooting the shit, all right? Just a fucking idiot. I didn't pretend to be anything more than just a fucking idiot. And in this case, a drunk idiot. But that being said, I don't think anyone was actually offended by this, but it was just funny how it played out. So here I am talking about that.
Or apes or whatever, right? Our Neanderthal
Joji's face.
cousins were probably just raping like crazy. So there's definitely
They're saying
something
Neanderthals.
like in us to like conquer. Men want to like
Right.
So it's women are in a nature setting like to be conquered.
It came out weird, and it was a super. It came out weird, and it was a super long silence.
Yeah.
And actually, the most brilliant part about
Can we
this.
freeze on it?
Yeah, the most brilliant part about this is that I'm sure he didn't know his face was in.
Right.
That is just pure genuine.
Yeah.
I mean, just as a pure genuine reaction. It's pure silence.
That was funny.
Yeah, man, you got me good.
Yeah.
Look at that shot.
Oh yeah. I still see this posted all the time.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever live that one. You got me good. And then I have an honorable mention. This is a new moment, and I can't tell if it's the best or worst. So here we are entering a new moment into the lexicon. I saw this on the subreddit. Someone who follows my dad on Twitter. Now, you know when somebody likes something on Twitter, it shows up on their feed?
Mm-hmm.
So someone decided to follow my dad on Twitter, and he posted this on the subreddit. And, Dad, I love you, but you got to know some things you can't do. You're a public figure now, Dad. Gary liked... you've still got a few hours left on Abby Snaps to see how sexy yesterday was. It's a girl eating out another girl. Dad, you don't have to like you don't have to like porn. At least if you're gonna look at it, you don't have to slam a like on it.
You got Ted Cruz.
Yeah, my dad got Ted Cruz.
Did you tell him that you discovered this, or is
I
he
showed it to him.
Oh, okay.
I said, Dad, just so you know.
Is he watching the stream right now? You think?
Probably.
Right?
I said, Dad, just so you know, you
Sorry,
don't
Gary.
have to like it because it shows up on other people's feed. He tried to play it off cool. He said something like freedom with a bunch of exclamation marks.
Dad is such a legend.
And but Dad, you fine look at porn. You don't have to like it. But I can just imagine this poor guy who decided to follow my dad for the memes. And he's just scrolling his Twitter feed, and then all of a sudden Gary likes. It's such an old people Facebook thing. There you have it.
Oh man, that's so brutal.
Can't decide if
So
best or
brutal.
worst, but there you have it, Gary. So I will now pass it off to you, Hila. You want to just
Alright.
switch seats with me, or
No, I mean it's just two links.
Okay.
I don't think.
so? Set us up.
So well, it's kind of a rough change from the last one. I guess one of my favorite moments, I don't know if it's like favorite, it's weird to describe it, but having Total Biscuit on the show, and later that year he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just a surreal, I guess, experience to have here. And he talked about cancer. And that's
I'll pull it up. Yeah, having him on here, I'm so thankful that we had the opportunity to have him on the on the show when we did.
Seriously.
So here's a little excerpt that from him talking about living with stage 4 cancer.
Let's make sure that time counts for something. And a lot of it is also, you assume at this age you've got, well, I've got 50, 60 years with the family. What if you didn't? Well, you don't know how long you've got. So, made me want to try and be a better dad. There's no doubt about that. I wanted to connect more with my stepson than I have, and I've been doing that. I wanted to connect more with my wife, make sure that we get a good, we get a good run out of it. I intend to be around when I'm fucking 100 years old. We'll be still bitching about video games, if I can be, but sometimes there might be something outside of my control that, maybe fighting isn't enough. Maybe that's just not enough to keep going. But if that's the case, then you've got to make sure that you spend the time you've got in the best way you can. And even then, it's not like it changes you overnight. Like, you still want to go read Reddit comments. You still want to go bitch at people on Twitter. Like, you can't change the habit of a lifetime. But there is something in the back of your mind that said, do you have something better to do? And maybe that does change you over time, I think.
Well, and somberly, he did pass away, I think, like 5 or 6 months, or maybe even less.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
it really
that's
shocked
6 months.
me.
Yeah.
I mean, he seemed. I mean, I know he was in pain and he was on chemo, and he was very. I mean, he was a very optimistic guy.
He was a fighter. Yeah,
That's the thing about this disease. It doesn't show. Like, you don't. The person looks the same.
Right.
So you just don't see the decline in their status. And it was the same with my dad. Up until the last moment, he looked healthy. Like, he looked fine. He didn't even lose his hair, nothing.
Wow.
Looked the same.
Yeah.
So it's shocking when it happens.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be cool to remember him today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I had watched him all growing up. I mean, like, he was the StarCraft guy, and I played a ton of StarCraft growing up, and so that was surreal to even have him in there at all, and then to hear him talking about his disease like that and so openly and with so much optimism. That was a special one. That was cool.
Yeah, I cherish that. I look at the picture of us on the wall, like, somewhat regularly.
Yeah.
And
it's a loss.
Yeah,
What a loss.
what I remember from that interview was he kept saying, like, 5 of my days are bad and 2 of them are good, and that's enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Just
know?
make those 2 count.
Yeah. He left a hole in the gaming community, too, that hasn't really been filled, I feel like. He had such a unique voice.
Yeah, that is definitely true.
Well, God bless him.
Him and Carl Jackson, which was the other.
Oh, my God.
He
That
was a
one was
fan.
so fucking heartbreaking.
All happened at the same year.
I don't think we've ever talked about Carl. Did we?
We may have mentioned him briefly.
He was a fan who had a rare type of cancer that ate fat cells in your body. Super rare. So there's very little research about how to cure it.
Right.
And he actually was I would say a little chunky, like originally before he had cancer, kind of a larger guy. And by the time I met him, he looked like anorexic.
Wow. Jeez.
And so he had this awful rare form of cancer that was just eating all of his fat cells away until he just perished from.
Just wasted away.
But he wrote us an email, and we reached out and we sent him gifts. He was a huge fan of Teddy Fresh, and like he was a big fan of ours. And I had played PUBG with him a couple of times, and we kept in regular contact. And he was such a sweet fucking dude. He was such a sweet dude. He had such a great outlook, And I hadn't talked to him and he went to, like, his only dream was, like, to go to Disneyland, and he had this big Make-A-Wish Foundation send him to Disney, and we sent him, like, $500 or something for spending money, because he had, like, a single mom. It was, like, the saddest shit ever. His dad wasn't in the picture. So just 2 weeks go by, and I haven't talked to him, and then another YouTuber who was in touch with him just sent me like a DM or something like, hey, I just want to let you know, in case you didn't hear, that Carl passed away. I was like, damn. It's so tragic. He was like 18 years old.
God.
Are you looking for a picture?
I'm trying to send it here. If you go to the email.
Ethan?
Yeah. He sent his Twitter.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, this is... Yeah, he was active on Twitter, and he was really loving, because people started following him on Twitter, and he was getting some, like, really positive support and attention. I mean, you can see how how thin he had become. And one day he just stopped.
Cancer of fat cells. That
Mhm.
I've never heard of that. I mean, I guess you said it's super rare.
Super rare.
That's crazy. Huh.
And one day his Twitter stopped. And
what was that?
That was that. I see his mom tweeted something.
Mhm,
I didn't see that. I think this was the last thing I remember saying was him being like, I totally didn't pre-order this, which is the Avenger Super Hand toy. Yeah. He was a sweet kid, man. He was a fucking real sweet dude. Not a part of the podcast, but something that definitely we experienced.
Sure.
But Ela, you do have... Oh, you just have the worst now.
Yeah.
So what's your worst moment? How do you top that?
I'm a very optimistic person today. Though maybe okay. So the worst one was actually when I went to Israel.
All right, this actually works out because your worst is actually pretty
It's
funny.
kind of funny. Yeah. I went to Israel twice when my dad wasn't feeling well, but the first time, Ethan stayed and kind of fucked it up on the podcast with getting drunk and talking shit about some guys that he shouldn't have. And so then we scheduled that I will call in from Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So
here it is.
That's the moment.
Hello? Ela?
What's up?
Oh God!
Thank you guys for the picture.
You don't know anything about this, right? You're not updated on all this.
Ethan, I left for 1 day. Left for 1 day. And everything is ruined.
Liz, it's not my fault. It's your fault. You know what's gonna happen. You think that I can handle myself without a care? You leave me in here. I can't deal with this. You leave me in a room with Eric and Jack and 2 bottles of Hennessy. Whose idea was that?
How many pizza slices did you have?
A lot, dude. Like 6, probably.
That's all I was upset about.
He was like, "Fuck this shit. You just need to lose that weight." Ela, I'm sorry for smoking. By the way, I'm not smoking anymore. I'm done. That's the last cigarette you'll see me smoke on this podcast or on the street.
Not entirely true, but I've done very well.
Yeah, no,
I think I've had like 3 cigarettes since then.
Okay.
Yeah. Very low. Very low.
Good.
So, anyway, were you listening to that?
So there you have
Yeah.
it. That was great. That was actually a great way to break the tension, I feel like. Well, there you have it. Ela's best and worst.
Very nice.
Now up next, we've got Dan and Ian here with, let me see here. We've got where is this?
Yeah, there's
best and worst. Dan, why don't we change spots? That'll be better.
Is that easier?
Yeah, Dan has a few actually. So.
Here, let me go down to your spot. So we all have bests and worsts. Now, Dan, here you go.
Which there might have been some overlap, but
I don't think so. I don't think there is.
All right, so yeah, this is great. This first one, this was really shortly after coming to work with you guys. I want to say it was maybe the second episode that I ever did, which was such a treat because it was the episode we did with Steve-O, which, you know, I had grown up, legend. I had grown up watching Jackass. I love that shit. And, you know, a week into this gig, you know, getting to hang out with Steve-O all day, it was like, this is pretty cool. And so back then, we did the ad reads live.
Oh, God.
Right.
And
I can't believe we ever did that.
Yeah, it was crazy. So they did the ad reads live, and then, you know, you guys wanted to take a break to use the restroom. And he was like, oh, I'm good. And it's like, well, you know, you can hang out. And I think he had like an iPad or something with the Twitch chat going. And so he saw somebody in the Twitch chat say, hey, what's your craziest drug story? And immediately he launches into this fucking wild story about a time at like, because, you know, he's clean now. He doesn't do any of this, but he was just, you know, this was maybe 10 years prior.
I don't think I ever watched this back.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
This is my first time.
I actually have it timestamped to the moment you guys walked
Yeah,
back
that's
in.
what
So
But
here we go.
should you hear the whole story?
Yeah, let's fucking watch it.
All
I've
right.
never watched it.
All right.
It's our own content, for Christ's sake.
Suggestions here. My best drug story. Oh my God. Okay, I'll tell you. Oh my God, this is fucked up.
He's alone in the room.
You know, I thought about asking him that
I used
question,
to
but
do
I was
this
like,
in my
he
live
probably
shows,
gets that all the time, you know, but he
I
was
determined
ready.
that it just wasn't fucking funny. I'm gonna shut this door now.
Okay, what a professional.
Yeah, I know.
Was so helplessly addicted to cocaine. It was insane. Like, if I ran out, I would call this drug dealer, and if I was waiting for a call from him, I'd be like using my cell phone as a pillow, so that when it vibrated, like it would wake me up and be like, "Oh yeah, I need drugs." Now, if I went to, if I called up the drug dealer and if he didn't answer, I would just fucking show up at his place. I would just go there and be like, When I got to his place, I would try the door. Sometimes it was open, and I would just walk in, and sometimes it wasn't open, and that was upsetting. This guy, this drug dealer, wasn't just a drug dealer. He was also like a hardcore addict. And when it came, and I'm talking about cocaine, this guy would inject cocaine. He would shoot up. And for some reason, because I never injected anything, some reason that I just don't understand about people who shoot up cocaine is that with their syringe, they squirt their own blood all over the place. I mean, this guy's
Why?
apartment, it was all like. Just
I don't think that's normal, Steve-O.
the fucking ceiling, the furniture. This motherfucker had just with his syringes.
What?
Squirt all over the place, blood.
That is so fucked
and
up.
sometimes when I showed up and I would walk in, I'd find the guy like sitting there with literally needles fucking hanging out. I felt like it was hanging out of his neck one time. And he was sitting there and I walked in and he was like, oh, hey, what's up, dude? And he pulls
Oh my God.
like, oh, hey, what's up, bro? You know, like, fuck, it was gnarly. And, you know, whatever. I wouldn't judge him. I'd be like, oh yeah, hey man, give me some coke, and I would buy like a bunch. You know, like, God, fucking always buy like quite a lot. And
I'm sure it was a
so
lot.
this one fucking time, I showed up. His door wasn't locked, and it was open. I walked in. He wasn't in the living room. He was in his back bedroom. It was like a guest house kind of a deal, and. It wasn't like an apartment, but it was. It was like a guest house. He went like through the back of someone's driveway, and then he was in the back. And I walked in, so he's in his bedroom in the back, and like the dude's like, he wasn't dead, obviously, but he was just not responsive. You know, he had, I guess, been awake for so many days that there's no fucking waking this guy up. And he's like, I'm like trying to wake him up. Yeah, I need fucking drugs, you know, like, and there's no getting this guy up. So fuck, man, like, I just finally was like, okay, fuck, you know, he's just sleeping so heavily, I'm just not going to get him up. So I went myself into his living room to the table where he would weigh out all of his drugs. And there was, from him weighing this guy sold so much fucking drugs that on the table itself, there was just like a fucking residue of cocaine just built up. And I'm looking at it like I knew that if I took a card that I could just, I could scrape up like the gnarliest pile of cocaine. I just knew it. I'm just going to go, I want drugs, and I'm going to go fucking help myself. I'm going to go scrape. So now I go and I sit down at the table and I'm looking at it. There's cocaine all over it. But like I said, the motherfucker squirted his own blood everywhere.
Oh, no.
So it's like cocaine with blood. Like little like splatters, like thin, like, you know. And I'm like, fuck, this is a terrible idea. Like this is fucking bad. And I'm like, and I just start scraping up fucking cocaine. And like I can like visibly, like in the pile I'm scraping, like I can see specks of blood. And this is how fucking bad I was addicted. I sat there
That's when I
and
come
fucking
in.
snorted the motherfucker's blood.
That's when I walked in.
Yeah. They asked me for my craziest drug story.
That was on my. I wanted to ask you that. Well, I guess I'll have to watch the video back.
I just dropped
Here we
it.
are.
I walked
2 years later.
in,
Wow.
and Steve
Oh my
literally
God.
said, and Steve is an incredible storyteller.
Yeah,
He's
he really
I was
completely
captivated.
sober now.
Yeah, no, he's doing great.
He looks really healthy too.
He looks
Yeah.
really healthy, and he's
It looks like he was reacting to people in the room, like making eye contact, even though you guys were not
He
there.
was alone in the
With
room.
the
Yeah.
spirits. Man, you had talked about how he used to see spirits.
Right.
and shit.
That's right. Yeah.
But wow, that was that was
I was
incredible.
completely captivated.
Yeah.
That was like 4 minutes.
I
Yeah,
never
it was
knew.
4 minutes.
In my mind, I was always
Went
like,
so
why did he
fast.
snort blood? Okay.
Right.
I was like,
right, 'cause
Right.
you caught that
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
climax of that whole thing.
I was like, what's the setup? Well, there you have it.
There you have it. Well, I'm glad.
that was
Yeah, I didn't
amazing.
realize you guys hadn't seen it at all. So I'm glad we got to review that. Yeah, and like you guys, like I said, you had gone out to the bathroom, so I was just sitting in that other room, and my jaw was just dropped as he's telling the story. I'm like, is he fucking for real right now? So, so that was pretty wonderful.
Well, I watched the documentary about Steve-O during those early years, and
Yeah.
he was
wild.
He was not
well.
That was all serious.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah, I don't
shit,
doubt that story
guy was-
at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so so that was definitely a great early memory of working with you. Yeah, that was episode 12 of the podcast, and I think I had come in on 11. So that that was my second episode.
You
of it.
went. I think you went from Joey Salads to having Steve on.
Yeah, so from
Then-
the one end to the other, right there. So then, actually, my next was also the Martin Shkreli thing. So we've already gone down that rabbit hole a little bit. What else do we got here? All right, this is don't judge me. This is a little corny, but this is
Up for it.
legitimately
But
one of my
before
favorite
we get
moments of
into
the
all
podcast.
that, I've got a little announcement. Not really an announcement, just something I wanted to talk about.
And just to give some context, you guys didn't tell us either. Like I had a suspicion that something was up, but this I found out the same time as all of you. So so this was a pretty special moment.
But it may be that.
And also your
Hila
delivery is hilarious, Ethan.
There's a new thing of the thickening. Hila's going to be thickening up here soon.
What does that mean?
What I'm trying to say is that Hila won't be drinking alcohol
What does that
anytime soon
mean?
if she's responsible. What I'm trying to say. H3 podcast extravaganza.
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
I had it on mute. How long was that going?
Oh, it just start like
Just
you,
now?
you turned it off immediately.
Okay.
And flashback.
More flashback right there, right?
I'm like, no. Hila's, there's 2 stripes. She's cooking something up.
Anyone?
It's a cinnamon roll with frosting, man. Hila, it's weird. She's Hila's,
I think we literally found out the day
there's something
before the
going on.
podcast.
Yeah.
Wow.
We couldn't keep it.
So we did it.
A secret. Well, it's we don't know yet if anything's gonna go wrong.
She's pregnant. Well, it's so hard to say, because we've been trying so hard. That's very sweet of you, Dan.
Yeah.
That genuinely was a special.
That's a heartwarming.
Yeah, it was a heartwarming.
That's very sweet.
couldn't
Well, she is
that
very.
one.
The thickening has happened.
It's happened. It's time to show.
Can you show just do like a tight, make your shirt tight.
Oh, look at that. That's
Can you
a
turn it
bump.
towards the camera? Let me see.
Oh, we can see it on the wide.
It's hard to tell, but when
there's a bump.
it's funny because you're like halfway through, and these next 4 months are gonna go fast and
Accelerate.
furious.
It's gonna accelerate from here on out. Yeah.
No, but I saw Hila the other day when she was getting dressed, or like just yesterday, and as she's putting her shirt on, I'm like, holy shit, pregnant.
There's a baby in there.
Yeah,
No, it's weird.
yeah, it's crazy.
And then this, I'll make. I had a few more, but I'll make this my last of my favorite. This is to this day my favorite line that's ever been uttered on this podcast. I don't think it'll ever be topped, honestly.
I'm curious, what is it?
Episode 39 with Post Malone.
Looks so exhausting.
It is.
Yeah.
I look like shit.
No, you look amazing.
No,
You're killing it, bro. I love that you just. The great thing is that you just embrace. You're authentic, dude. You're who you are. Like,
Yeah.
you just fucking. You're killing it, bro.
Just a guy.
Exactly.
Just a guy with beautiful blue eyes.
Right. Right. Well, then I guess that means you are more than just a guy, to be honest, because I didn't even have that. I'm really just a guy.
Your eyes look like hamburgers.
Oh. Yeah, that is amazing.
I don't know why that's so fucking funny to
That's
me,
so
but I think of that regularly.
Well, that's a line. That's a very original line.
Yeah, yeah, and they do.
Oh,
It
thank you.
reminds me of the Expert Village. Your eyes are like blueberries.
Yeah.
I want to eat them.
Well, there's that Tom Petty song, right? Brown Eyed Girl.
That's,
Van Morrison.
Van Morrison.
Van Morrison.
Yes, thank you.
Zach was quick to
Yeah, it was
me.
right on that button.
But famously, Post Malone has a new track coming out on his new album called Hamburger Eyed Boy. It's about me.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Congrats. Okay, and then I have one worst moment that I need to put up there. I legitimately still have nightmares about this occasionally, and that's not a joke. I have like stress nightmares about work.
And we are streaming.
I'm sure you could guess what it is.
Oh my God! This was our first
On YouTube?
Here,
Welcome the first on YouTube.
We thought it'd be fun to come over to YouTube and give it a shot and see what it feels like. Because we've never actually live streamed the show on YouTube. So I thought it would be a fun experience to see how the experience is. Yeah.
Just mix it
Still
up.
got 1.2 million views.
Today's episode
I can't believe people watch this. It keeps going for like over a minute.
Hila, you are looking insanely good today, by the way.
Oh my God.
Visions of pink.
We can't even hear you saying it.
Such a disaster. And Dan is screaming at me, and I can't hear him.
On Twitch, you can do a pre-show.
I should have.
Because the speaker wasn't working here.
And then I'm
the
just hearing
speaker came
it.
up.
There's minor difficulty. I just entered a hellscape that I never want to
So,
go back.
what happened, which made this so great, is that it was our first live episode
On YouTube.
which means that because we were live streaming on Twitch, so if we had a mistake like this, we could just start over.
Right.
And then cut it up.
Yeah.
So this was the first time that it was like, we got to actually nail this live. And I think part of it too is that, I usually double check all the computers and would check for this kind of stuff. But because it was the first time on YouTube, I had a million new, it wasn't routine. Like it was the first day of the new setup. And so my mind was a million places and didn't see that you had a tab of the stream open. And, whoops.
Hey, look, we got 1.2 million views.
Yeah, I guess.
It worked out. Somehow people powered through
I don't know if that makes me feel better that 1.2 million people have
It
seen
makes me
this.
feel better. You're too hard on yourself, Dan.
Yeah, well, especially
But that
because
was a disaster.
It does. It's like the feeling
unmitigated.
of an anxiety attack, like
Yeah,
on
it is.
camera.
Yeah, exactly.
It
Yeah, it was a
sounds like-
disaster.
it sounds like an anxiety attack.
Right.
Well,
So-
and then when after the episode we go and we see how bad is it, and we're like, how bad could it be?
And it keeps going.
And then it keeps going, and it keeps going, and it keeps going.
No, I remember.
And I was like,
I remember
oh my
you guys
God.
when I told you you were like, after the episode, it was like, how bad is it? And I was like, pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Well, it was fun. It's funny in retrospect. as
in
most
retrospect,
things are.
I guess. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'll sometimes have like stress. Just this past week, it was the night before the charity stream. I didn't dream about that, but I had a dream that our audio board, all the settings got erased like 5 minutes before
my
show,
God.
which anybody that's done audio would know that's like, 2 hours of reset that would need to happen. And so
I'm glad to know you're having nightmares about work. That means you really care.
It's like,
I do.
it's like
I want it
school
to be
nightmares.
good. Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
like the test the next day or whatever. Naked. So
Well, cherished memories.
cherished memories and not so
Absolutely.
cherished memories. So so that was my lineup, and we got
Cool.
a
Ian
few
is
more
up
for
next.
Ian here.
Ian, why don't you queue up? Why don't you guys switch seats? I left my soda in the other room. I'm gonna go grab it. But you guys-
important.
You sure this is not it?
No, I mean it's a Diet Coke.
So many sodies.
So many sody pops.
Dan, I see where it is.
Yeah, you should just be the list right below there.
Gotcha.
Sneak.
Dead air.
All right. So this one was
Dan, let's
pretty
bring him.
early on when I started working here, and this moment I think took us all caught us all by surprise. Is
Oh,
when
right.
the Bradbury showed up.
Fuck yeah.
Wait, hold on. What is this clip? It only has 2,000 views.
This is way early on the channel, the highlight channel's
Is
live.
that maybe one of the first
No
videos
freaking
on
kidding
the
me.
Highlight Channel?
This has got to be the lowest.
Which, by the
views
way,
on-
Highlight Channel just hit 1 million subscribers
yeah.
like 2 days ago. Woo!
I want to say that is so cool because we all created that Highlight Channel together
Yeah.
less than a year ago because people were stealing our
posting.
clips and posting us. We're like, what the hell? We should do it.
Right.
And the explosion there has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it's so cool that we've all built that together. I
Yeah.
mean, you guys were all here from the inception of that channel.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You
our
guys-
fourth
I mean, Dan and Ian are the guys who actually cut the highlights and do
upload manager.
all that.
I'm
Ian.
75% Ian.
Yeah,
I give
mostly
him
Ian.
a lot of credit there. That
Yeah.
he's the highlight king, and
Dan will
I'm
help
the queen.
with some of the slick thumbnails now and again.
I do the thumbnail.
Yeah? The thumbnails have been fire lately, I've noticed.
our thumbnail game has been improving.
Yeah, you
over
guys
time.
have been definitely
It's an acquired talent.
Yeah.
You guys are getting better and better at it. But that's our 4th million.
subscribe channel.
Right.
Pretty
That's
cool.
another button.
Another button to pawn
Another
off when we
button.
go broke. What were you gonna
Does
say?
that mean we do the toast now?
Oh well, that I feel like I peaked a little bit ago with that Papa John shooting Papa John in the back of the head thing.
yeah.
I don't know if
That
I'll
was
make
a
the
good
thumbnails.
highlight.
Yeah,
Is
that was
ever
that
again?
was really something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, are we toasting?
Are we doing this?
Should we toast when Ian's done? We can. Well, let's enjoy some orange soda while you. I don't what.
Well, because you mentioned it.
Oh,
So as Ian discusses his best and worst, we shall enjoy. Is this Cristal? What year is this?
That's vintage 2006
20
because I don't know who drinks orange soda. It's probably been sitting on the shelf
Cheers.
about that long. Yeah.
Thank you.
This is rosé, right? Or is this Cristal rosé? Very
This is
rare.
orange.
Yeah.
Orange.
Orange.
This is what is this? Squirt? Fresh?
It's Fanta.
It has a
Fanta.
nice
Fanta.
fruity aroma I'm picking up.
Here, go ahead, Gila.
You-
Can you drink? You can have a little of that since you are pregnant, but not too much. That's probably true about soda. They're like, don't drink that shit if you're pregnant.
Gotta let it open up.
Yeah, let it
Let it air out a little. Yeah. You want to dive right into that?
Cheers, guys, to 1 million on the
highlights channel?
highlights, and to a great
Cheers.
first 100 episodes together.
Yes, indeed.
And thank you to all the viewers and listeners.
Yeah, to all
Ooh,
you
I think
guys.
that turned.
Really tastes fucking
don't like it?
prime to me,
Okay.
baby.
Does Sarah and Zach has a cup in the back?
Oh, are you guys do
You guys
Yes,
toasting
we
back
did.
there?
Yes, we did.
Let's see a little backstage
Oh.
cam.
Oh, there
Cheers.
Zach and Sarah, yes.
Cheers, guys, to a great year, to a great celebration of. You know, there's 6 people here that I really like. I guess that includes.
I'm glad you
myself,
didn't say 5 and then.
I'll let
Yeah,
you
I'm
decide.
starting to count. Like, wait, who?
Wait,
What?
who's left out? on that
5,
count?
not including myself.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Or
In
maybe
the
6.
office. Wait, why are we confused about?
No, we were not confused. You said it right.
Yeah. Well, what did you mean?
Wait, there's 6? Okay.
He was
6
just saying
people.
if you had said 5.
If you had said the wrong number and then left us confused.
left us
on-
hanging, it
Because
would have been
6
brutal.
includes you, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird to say I really
like
me.
yourself?
I didn't mean to say that. Do people really like themselves? I
You
don't.
should love yourself.
No.
I know people say that,
No.
but
Yeah, I mean nobody actually
it's
does.
weird to be like. I
But you gotta
love
say
me.
it. Gotta say it.
Okay.
Yes.
Regardless,
It's Ian's turn.
Ian,
Hit us
please.
with them memes.
I remember we were all panicking on this one because we had no idea what was going to walk through the door. If Mo and Ethan Bradbury were going to just be like completely quiet,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, if they're going to engage.
Right.
And then they turned out to be just absolute legends.
Yeah. Well, there's a little
Let's do
backstory actually because we didn't know what to expect, and somebody rolled outside to greet them. Was it you, Ian?
It wasn't me. I think we saw out the window, actually. Wasn't it?
I don't think you could see that.
Where-
Somebody went outside, I think, and maybe it was me. It was me. It was definitely me.
Oh.
I went out to go meet them, and I saw them in the parking lot putting on their Spider-Man Elsa outfits, and I was like, "Oh my god, I wish I didn't see this." It was a real surprise. So I
Right.
came inside, and I was like, "Oh my god, you guys are gonna freak see
I
this."
do remember this now, yeah.
I remember like we bought donuts before, and they came with their own.
they
were
did.
They were on
Yeah.
the memes,
Yeah.
man. They knew it was up.
they came to play. So We rolled out the carpet for him here.
I think the only guest that ever got the red carpet treatment, right?
Yep.
By the way,
The
I don't know
only-
why I love these backstage shots.
Me too. I love
Reminds
it.
me of The Office or something. Does he do the dance? We should have played the kids' music instead of.
That's true. Oh, what a missed opportunity.
Mo is rocking that dress.
We were all obsessed with Ethan Trapberry, as I still am, actually.
We were at the time.
Shout out to Cool Songs,
Ethan
legend.
does his own thing.
Oh wow, I'm not pregnant.
I was afraid that. I was afraid that
That is
Ethan
your
was
seat,
just
by
gonna
the way,
lay on the couch
This
the
is
whole time.
Yeah, our
Mo,
blood kind
can
of
you
ran
take care
cold
of
right
your
here.
brother?
It's like, oh shit, what is he doing?
Spidey, come on, dog.
Well, in my mind, I was
Since
like,
when is Spidey such a
"Oh,
troublemaker?
it's not
You're supposed
synced.
to
The audio's
clean
not
up
synced."
this damn city, guys.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That was a good moment.
Yeah, that was pretty great. They were very, very on board.
Surprise.
Mhm.
Surprising.
That was the beginning of the turn.
The
The
redemption.
paradigm shift in the life of Ethan Bradbury and Mo Bradbury, because since then they've gone full meme mode to like a complete extreme,
Right.
and now they comment on every Instagram post that any of us ever make.
Since that episode, they haven't missed a single post.
They don't miss a post.
They do not miss a post.
And he always said, Ethan writes stuff that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
He'll just go like slamming on everything. Or, it's great. God bless his soul, you know?
Sometimes, I mean, I remember
Gamer.
when you made the pregnancy announcement, he actually was pretty sweet with his comment.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he say?
I was just congratulating
Just
you
like
guys.
a-
It seemed very
a real
earnest.
congratulation.
Yes, it wasn't a slamming.
Slam that
This baby
baby.
is slamming. Oh, look at me. We've got the prophet.
Yeah, this was when the doctor
we have
showed
got to
up.
do something with this character. That looks so good.
Yeah. Professor Prophecy's got to make a comeback. So this is when you introduced the doc.
He's someone who I respect and appreciate, and I'm also going to take him out because I'm the 3-time, and I'm the prof, and I'm here to prophesize the end of the doc. Dan, bring this coward in. Bring this coward in.
You missed when he threw his phone. It was a great moment too.
Look at this coward.
2-time. Why are you calling me?
Have a seat. Because I'm the 3-time.
3-time at what?
3-time world champ every
what?
year. 97, 98, 99. You don't know me?
I'm the 2-time.
prof.
He's so fucking tall.
He's so tall.
Yeah, I'm the 3-time, dude.
Yeah, Minecraft casual gaming, okay?
First of all, I have a castle in Minecraft. If my bullies didn't come into my server and tear it down, you would have been in awe. I replicated the TNG Enterprise in Minecraft, and you're going to shit on that? That's why they call me the 3-time.
I did bring you some collector item t-shirts, and I don't know if I even want to hand them to you now.
I'll take it.
Okay, that's...
I don't like
I'll
that at all. But now you got a fangirl? Now you got a fangirl?
Take a look at those. Take a look at them.
Frankly, I can't see. I'm gonna put these down.
You can't see in the Google prototype scopes. What version of those?
There are some early scenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
That was good.
That's
That was
it.
great. That was really fun.
And that was just a fun episode.
That was one
all
of my
around.
favorite episodes, I think. He was just so entertaining.
Yeah.
I was so nervous about interviewing him because he's so deep in character that it was just I was afraid it was going to be a minefield of trying to get him to say anything interesting. But he did great. I mean,
Yeah.
He like never broke character, but
he
still managed to be kind of real through the
Yeah.
lens of the character. It was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that episode.
So another one that I had was when we had Sean Evans
First.
on.
Yeah, the tape- yeah,
And,
exactly. Oh, that's nice.
Got to
Look at you. You got a fucking beard and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw this, I was like,
We got to do a mini
Oh,
hot
I
ones
forgot
here.
you ever had a beard.
Oh yeah, you and Alex were getting creamed in the background.
It was rough. I was not anticipating. Well, I was
at the
but-
time, because you now like spicy food because of this, right?
Look
Like
at
this
you.
kind of
Really?
like broke the seal.
Yeah.
I remember it was we knew this about Ian that he like never ate spicy food, and then we forced him to
No,
have
like a
pepper
hot
X
Cheeto
sauce.
would knock me on my ass.
Right,
So you
yeah.
know this was a big jump.
Oh, this was so
It has
fun.
like a late weight
Yeah.
creep.
Yeah.
And like Ian too, because
Do you have milk? Do you need
the
milk?
taste is kind of pleasant at first.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
oh.
Exactly. Oh, this is nice.
man. I was teabagged by Satan. It feels like I was teabagged by Satan.
It looks like you were teabagged by Satan. How are you feeling, Alex?
I'm good.
Your face is fucked up.
It's like crying.
I was dying back there. That was rough.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite episodes because we have always been such fans of Hot Ones.
Yeah.
And then to get
I actually got to pick his
Sean
brain
Evans.
a little bit on how he interviews people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually, I think, the first time I showed my face on the
That
camera.
was the reveal. We had the meme where we never saw your face.
Yeah. Although we didn't really never show, like we've shown.
Well, we
him.
had blown it once before, I think, or it was maybe
I got
even in the
doxxed
Bradbury's.
by Joey Salad.
Oh, was it Joey?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like his vlog, he showed Ian,
Yeah.
and somebody on the subreddit discovered it.
That was such an ancient meme. I almost didn't even remember
Yeah,
that I used
that
to
was
do that
the
because
hidden Ian.
now you're Ian the PowerPoint.
He's the face of the show at this
Yeah,
point.
pretty much. Basically.
We gave everyone had to deal with this. It came out, and you know. But yeah, that was great doing a little mini Hot Ones.
Yeah, that was cool.
Another, I liked when Eric brought on his conspiracy closet segment.
Ah, the Roker clip.
Oh yes, I love this Roker clip.
I saw this.
Keep an eye on Al. Keep an eye on Al. This guy's a clone. He's about to glitch the fuck out.
That's exactly how you have to have a certain amount of distance between your bodies in your house.
These other two on the right might also be clones.
Room for the Holy Ghost. Anyway, there is a lot of memories today. Actually, it's a big day. In
One of the strangest things on the history of television.
Oh, weird. What is happening?
Wait again. Yeah, this shit's a trip.
Great song, Walking in Memphis. There's a pretty little thing waiting for the
He's just
Everybody in the chat who just saw a clone say clone.
It looks like a stroke. Because he's like, and it's such a weird face that he's
it's
frozen
not
on.
even, it's not a natural, relaxed look at all.
No.
Yeah, it's so weird.
But it does seem like somebody said like his trigger word, and he went into debug mode or something.
I think
half a
we
second
have
off.
the intro. Oh yeah, and the intro of his segment is just so great.
That's awesome.
We should get another. We should get another episode going.
Yeah.
Of Eric.
Maybe season 2.
There you go.
That would be fun, man.
Yeah, Eric's always a blast to have on.
Yeah, he's a great presence. I
I
love
think
Eric.
it's time to reboot the conspiracy closet.
Yeah, I didn't know it meant that much to you, Ian, but now.
To this day, people.
Really?
Like not constantly, but I'll see comments of like, "Please bring it back. It was so good."
Yeah, we should. I really love how he prepared his segment. It really worked.
Yeah.
Right.
And
This was another Skrelly one, but this was just to show the live episode we did, which I
my
thought
God.
was one of the funnest, most enjoyable ones we've done, but also extremely stressful. You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
You guys in the crew. I mean, it took so much work, and you guys were grinding hard.
That was a
Put that
long
together.
day.
We had extra.
Because it wasn't just to do the live show; it was also streaming it, recording it, all these.
First time ever doing it
extra-
out of our studio, which I've done a lot of remote events. That was my job before I came and worked for you guys. But
Yeah.
it had been a while, and I was used to working with like a production truck,
Yeah.
and like but we pulled it off, and I
Yeah,
mean,
we did.
you know,
Mostly like
and it was
without
fun.
any hitches, really.
I will say there
Well,
was.
the projector was a pain in the ass.
Oh my
projector
God.
audio
up
was funny.
coming out of it.
Yeah,
We were trying. We were
It's
trying to
the
have.
fucking LA Improv. Why do you guys have a $50 fucking projector? Like, just
And
spend
we
a little more
barely-
money.
Barely
please.
got time on the stage to get used to it. Like only an hour before.
They had a
to
meeting
test
That's
it out.
right. We got kicked out of the venue. Yeah. So
But
there
the-
were some circumstances that made it
For the
more
most
difficult.
part, it was as smooth as you could hope for.
Yeah.
But Zach was calling in as Jordan, the
Right.
fanboy,
Yeah.
and he was coming
Wait,
out of the projector.
Yes,
speaker.
that's right. Yes. Oh my
And
god.
but
Thanks
for
for reminding. Now I have nightmares about that one too. Thanks. for reminding me
that was
on
that was out of your control because we tested it beforehand and it worked.
Yeah, exactly. There's only so much you can do.
But
and then-
it was such a fun time,
Yeah.
and
And so stressful.
it was just too stressful. That's why we haven't done it again because we were like, that was amazing, and I never want to do it again. Kind of. But
we did want to do it again, but we don't want to do it. It was like it's weird.
Yeah.
We even had the idea of doing it once a month. I don't know.
oh my god,
Remember?
no.
Yeah, doing it as like kind of a residency thing. I mean, if we were, maybe it's something to consider in the future. Because if we do it regularly, then it becomes less of a thing. You know, you get a routine on how you do it, and you get into a rhythm, and it's not so bad. So maybe someday in the future.
I mean, it was so fun. It really was.
It was a lot of fun. We all went out afterwards. Post took us out, and like that was super fun.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But the thing is, like, in the room, there was so much laughter and joy in the room.
That was
And everyone, there was a really great energy. But when you watch the VOD, you don't really get to feel that because you don't hear the laughs in the crowd as much as we did in the room.
Right, which that was another aspect is the venue did the audio, and not that they did a terrible job, but they didn't necessarily have audience mics. And so, you know, if we were to do it again,
if we knew,
lesson learned.
Like the
audience.
We should, yeah. Maybe we'll do another one next year.
It was, and there was a proposal, a marriage proposal.
Oh, and you know what?
We
Didn't
saw
run
them
into
again.
We went when we did Kill Tony. They were in
came.
the audience.
Yeah. Oh,
no way!
And they came and said hi, and we're like, "Oh shit, you guys are married now." That was really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was trying to find the moment, but yeah,
They're like, look at this guy's bag. He's bragging. Judgment just came out.
What part is this, Dan? That you
By the way, the audio
quality
is
the guy
really
made his
good.
way
Well,
right
this
into,
kind of ties
into
visual
prison,
quality.
man. 7 years in
Martin.
prison for this
Yeah,
goofy
this ties
fuck.
it all together here.
I suspect if he wasn't such a troll, he probably would be fine.
Right.
There's
Do we have the clip?
I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
owned
I
by
think
the
they're
state.
setting it up, playing our little meme edit.
Exactly.
It's gonna be.
I thought it was
anyway,
endearing how nervous Post was.
I know he does
we
giant
make
crowds,
our
but like
editor,
this is a
Alex,
different
work real
vibe.
hard on the script. If you guys
Because he said,
oh my
like, he
God,
always
I feel
performs
like-
songs.
Oh yeah, look, you had everybody lift
feel
up their
like
cell
God.
phones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, look at that great camera work.
Non-human
This is
primates
awesome.
are kind of these pretty precious animals, and that's why we care so much about Harambe.
So we had Danny come in too.
Yeah.
They actually had cam up.
Man, this is awesome. This is really well shot.
If you could make $100 million, but you had to go to jail, how much time would you do?
Is this related to your situation?
No, totally unrelated. I'm coming out of this with over $100 million. Right now I'm looking at 0 to 6 months. So
there it is.
pretty
0 to
nice.
6 months and no fine?
That's right.
The so-called farmer has been sentenced to 7 years in prison. Mark Shkreli.
Well, he lived the same way he was walked up, meaning. Tip might be.
You can't hear any laughter.
Thank you
Yeah.
for
I'm
that.
sure.
That was special.
No,
Can you guys
exactly.
just thumbs up for the rest of the show?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, round of applause. Good job,
The
Alex.
crowd
But
was amazing. You can't
Yeah.
tell.
The crowd was
They were
hyped.
amazing.
They were having a really good
And you
time.
feel so funny because, like, you have such a sympathetic audience, right? And they're there for you and they love you. So it's like, ooh, it's the best fucking crowd.
Yeah.
I can only imagine trying to perform
You feel
for
like
people.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh my god! I can only imagine trying to do jokes for people who don't know who you are.
Yeah.
It's a tough game out
That'd be
there.
rough.
That's a tough game.
I think Sarah put this one in as
The best.
her favorite
And-
moments,
Oh,
or one of her least favorite. Actually, I'm not sure.
Uh-oh.
oh no! What is
And
this?
thank you once again to Deadmau5, George Zimmerman.
Oh, George!
You said my word.
Oh my God! We forgot about.
Oh no! I remember thinking this is why I have a straight up name phobia.
Yeah, that's
Anytime-
why.
I had it before that. And when I say people's name, I get so stressed that I'm gonna say the wrong thing. I have like a mini panic attack every time. And I called him George Zimmerman.
His name's Joel Zimmerman.
Wait,
That's the right one. You were close.
And the new album is coming out.
What the fuck is
George.
You said George Zimmerman because that's a guy in Florida who killed a dude.
Oh my God!
You idiots! You idiots!
Definitely not George.
The episode was almost over.
Everything was fine.
It was literally the last second of the podcast.
You killed it on
Just
the
wrap up.
man.
Oh, that's funny as shit.
Guys,
We were already finished.
you were supposed to cut it. You were supposed to have cut it already. Cut it. Just cut it.
Wow.
I like her.
Great
You
entry.
idiot.
Oh man. Yeah.
Great entry. I totally
Nice,
forgot about
Sarah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Good entry.
And this was one of my worst moments, I think, from the show.
Here we go.
I don't know what this is.
Well,
Wait, those are Kanye's?
yeah.
I know.
Wait, we lost
So
it.
you won't
Wait,
go to
wait a
his
minute.
listening party,
Yeah, but I
but you'll
buy
wear
shoes.
his fucking
Yeah, because I don't have
shoes.
to fucking go anywhere. That ship, I'm right here.
Where'd you buy those?
I got them on StockX.
I love shoes. In that way you can say. But I buy the shoes that I really genuinely like.
Are those comfy?
Yeah, very. Yeah,
good.
Kanye West shoes are fucking.
You know, our intern has fake Yeezys on. Oh,
really?
shit, I
Oh my God, dude.
The instant regret.
I'll buy one.
No, like he's in deep. He's in deep. Like he's got.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I was
know
in the back
Onion
with
Knight
Ian
from
when that
Game-
moment happened. He was legitimately.
Were you crushed?
Yeah, I felt like I was outed. Like you took me out of the fake shoe closet.
You instantly knew. Like your reaction was so good.
Because I thought it was like an interesting point of conversation to note. Like, but then I was like, oh, I shouldn't have.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
It wasn't-
Because I forget that you're so in the Kanye community.
Yeah.
But did you feel betrayed?
I guess so. I'm always like a rat in the community. Like I was banned from the forum. I couldn't get the real shoes. I'm like scurrying around in the walls of the Kanye fan site. So, you know.
But, well, okay, because there is a silver lining to this story.
Yeah,
Show
yeah.
them what you're wearing right now. As a result, of me outing Ian, Adidas reached out and hooked Ian up. No one else.
No one else. We're all jealous.
Actually, let me rephrase. They said, we want to give you guys Yeezys. Who's up first? And I said, it's got to be Ian.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
And
true.
in fact, they haven't sent us any more Yeezys.
Yeah, that was it.
No, it was difficult, but we did get a pair, and I am very grateful for that. So,
So let me ask you this: are you happy that I added you, or would you prefer to go back and erase that moment?
well, either way, I have Yeezys. Like where I'm not outed, those are real for everybody.
Right. It's kind of the same.
So
yeah.
it's a win-win. You know, it's a zero-sum sort of game. But I guess I have real ones now.
You had real ones, but they're not real. Let me ask you this: are the real ones more comfortable than the fake ones?
It's a different. He used different material.
Different shoe though.
Yeah, yeah.
But how does it compare? Because you've got fakes and you've got
These
reals.
I think are pretty comfy. I think they're comfier than the fake ones, for sure.
That's the right thing to say.
Yeah. and now I'm glad I'm gonna buy.
Unconvinced.
And now that his shoes are more available, then there's no need to buy the fake ones.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
if you see me in any other pair, they're real. I promise. I swear. Don't get too close. But they're very real.
Yeezy Bust is going to be all over them.
But those were my all of my moments,
Nice.
best and worst. So yeah.
Thank
I
you.
guess that's it.
Thanks, guys. That was fun. Let's see what else we got here. Wow. Seen it all. We've done it all.
It was nice to remember.
We're at 2 hours.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Had a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, we've got one other. Are we going to take that call in from Debunkaroo?
Oh, let me go get it set up.
While you're preparing that, I have a fan submission.
Okay.
Remember, you can always submit to podcast@h3h3productions.com if you have any questions, submissions, videos you want us to watch, etc. But this one came
And
from
even all of these best and worst moments, people submitted a lot. It was very helpful.
Yeah, it was amazing. Thank you, guys.
Mhm.
But this one comes from Jay Dance in regards to our charity live stream, and I thought it was very sweet and addressed one of the points we were wondering about. So here, I'll read it. Hello, everyone at the H3. My name is Jay Dance, and I'm a huge fan of the podcast and got into podcasting because of you guys. I'm writing you guys today because of the charity event podcast you guys did yesterday with Justin Roiland and Alex Hirsch. I am from Paradise, California, and most of my family and friends have lost everything due to the campfire. I just want to say thank you for doing this charity podcast. It means so much to all of us, the support and help. And then she goes on, oh, and one more thing you guys talked about. One more thing you guys talked about what you would take if you had a chance to evacuate. And most of you said dog, of course. The media has given backlash towards people leaving their pets, which on paper I would have too. The truth is, when the fire hit Paradise, it was around 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. So by that time, most people had already gone to work or school and dropped their kids off at school. Paradise being a small town, most people don't work in Paradise and commute out of town in the surrounding cities like Chico, Red Bluff, Redding, etc. So when the fire hit Paradise, and when it did hit it very quickly, people did not even have the time to go back to Paradise to get their pets or any personal belongings because it was,
That makes so much sense.
I wanted to share this with you guys, and that does actually explain it
all the
entirely.
questions.
Anyway, thanks for being awesome people, and I always look forward to the show. Thank you so much, Jay Dance. So that actually puts it even more in perspective because you go off to work or school, you don't even have a chance to get not only your pet, but any of your belongings. God, I would be
so hard.
devastated if, like, I couldn't go take care of Shredder.
Oh my God.
And you know that something's up.
That makes, because I feel like a lot of the videos I watched where people were trying to drive back into it was because of their pets, and I did wonder that. So yeah,
I mean, God, that's so heart wrenching. Like to feel helpless, like Shredder's in the house, right? And you don't know if it's on fire. Like what? Like I would run into the fire.
I guess that's what some people tried.
I mean, it's just like such a betrayal, and your poor pet is at home, scared, confused, looking for you. That's so devastating.
Well, I'm glad that this direct relief can help anyone.
Well, right, and just to revisit, because Dan is setting up a call with a person that paid $1,000. I want to urge you guys all. Link is in the description. It's below the sponsors, so just open it up and you'll find the link there. To remember that you can donate for another 10 days to help everybody who lost their homes in the fire, and this goes directly to support them. There's so many incredible gifts still available. Some with bids so low that you have an incredibly high chance of winning it, especially all the original art that I would heavily urge you guys to go bid on. Let me see how we're doing. Tiltify. If you just go to tiltify.com, we're on the homepage.
132.
Oh, nice. It's been going up since we started live streaming. Here we are, 132. The rewards, I'm telling you, this shit is just up for grabs. All the original art is just like, I think this one is the one that had $80 bucks. This is an original Alex Hirsch. Wait, no, not this one. It was the original Justin Roiland artwork by Alex Hirsch. Oh God, he got sloppier and sloppier. No wonder nobody's bidding on that.
I would still frame that.
Wait, that didn't it $8? Is that what it was at?
Yeah.
I don't know which one. Here, hold on. The one that's at $8. Justin's so funny. God. It's still a Justin Roiland original. He doesn't make that shit. Why is it not letting me? Oh, this is why. I'll tell you which one was $8. Here, let me give you the rundown. If I can find it. Can I find it?
Original Alex. It's the $8 one is Alex Hirsch's drawing of Justin Roiland. Which that deserves to. Come on, people.
That one's amazing.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Wait, where's the? I don't have the document.
I have it open right now. So
can you share it with Ethan? Or wait, I have a link to it.
You have it.
Yeah. That's weird. So here we go. Yes. Oh, it's not letting me. Look at this shit. I can't click the tab on the bottom. It's hidden.
What do you want to know though? I'm looking at it right now.
Oh,
I think he wants to show it.
I want to show it. Okay.
So here we go. Did you get the fan on the phone, Dan?
I do. He's on hold. So.
Oh, let's take the call.
You want to take the call now?
Yeah.
All right, stand by. I'll get him in. You can go ahead.
Original Alex Hirsch.
You should show all the crazy graphs that Sarah put together.
Oh yes, Sarah went fucking ham on the graphics.
Look at that.
The one that I really like is the this is like hourly donation rate, so you can see
when Justin started.
You see the Justin rally exactly.
We dipped. Dude, we dipped so hard. Wait,
no,
that's right.
That's at the end of the.
Okay,
stream.
that's the end. So here we were hitting that midpoint.
Yeah.
And we were like, man, there's no way we're gonna make it. There's no way. And then we were at like 75 here, And this was the rally.
Yeah, that was
Boom.
Justin just demanding.
In 1
we
hour.
Go on.
Yeah, it happened so
That
fast.
was actually our biggest hour of the whole
Yep.
stream.
The finale. Killed it.
He came in like Braveheart. And
I know.
Yeah.
moved
Totally.
Rallied the troops.
everyone.
Oh, this is page 2.
Just how much each
Here's
reward was
everything.
donated by. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
You can
go
see-
past this post. Okay, I better not. It says it in caps.
Glad you caught
I
that.
don't know what's past this
No,
post, Sarah, but
maybe
I'm
some
scared.
personal
You go to the
information.
spirit realm if you click that.
Yeah.
That's right.
So let's patch. So who we got on the phone here today?
So
Dan?
this is a gentleman who goes by Fifths, and he's a fan. He's a big fan of the podcast. He's been watching a long time, and he during the donation stream donated $1,000 when you did the shout out to have a caller call in. But he had an international number, and our phone system. Yeah, that's right. Our phone system wouldn't let us get to him. And so we had kind of a technical issue getting through to him. So to make it up to him, we're talking to him today. So
right.
here is Fifths, right? Resume call, right now.
Fifths.
How you doing?
What's up?
Hey.
You.
Oh, hi. Okay.
First of all, thank you so much. You donated. You helped us get to our 100,000. You're a legend. I'm sorry we didn't get to answer your call during that live stream, but I am
Nah, it's all good.
joyed.
You guys were popping, with Royland, the whole gang. It was really crazy. The whole podcast. It wasn't about the call specifically. You guys are doing this for a great cause, and I really appreciate what you guys are doing.
God
Thank
bless.
you.
Thank you so much, man.
You're doing it.
I want to
too.
ask
no
you,
problem.
since we're in the spirit of sharing our favorite moments, do you have a favorite moment that, as a audience member of the podcast?
I mean, you guys pretty much covered a lot,
Yeah.
like most of the moments. I mean, the Ricky Tiki Ta, when he was calling
Yeah.
the church and he was going crazy with the Rick voice. I was like, whoa, calm down. I didn't think that he would take it that far. I think it was like a little, goof, and then he just stopped it. He just kept on going, and I really loved it.
Yeah, I was shocked watching that
that's
back today
definitely
about
one of my top.
how crazy that call was. That lady.
Yeah,
was,
no, it was really awesome. I really the thing is that what I love about the podcast itself is that, you guys have this kind of formula going on, but you diversify in a way that you have always these new elements coming in. So you have Royland in a couple of times, right?
Mm-hmm.
But every time he comes in, there's something new added to the mix, like new elements, which is something as an audience member, holy shit,
Damn.
Thank you.
Thank
That's
you, man.
awesome to hear.
We work hard. It sometimes doesn't. Maybe it's not easy to spot, but
We try.
we work hard on the show, and I'm glad to hear that you appreciate it. And
Yeah, no problem.
We're
You guys
working
doing
hard.
great.
I'm hoping that when we come back for 101 Plus, the new season, I want to call it, in a month, I want to redo a lot of things and kind of reimagine what we do here and freshen it up a lot. I've got some fun ideas and.
That's awesome.
Well, one thing we touched on. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
What do you got for
sorry.
me?
No, I was just asking about because you have two channels, right? So you got a little bit of criticism about kind of how you're balancing up the channels and everything. I don't really dig into it too much, but you're putting a lot of effort into the podcast, which is awesome. But how would you balance out that effort with the main channel, the HDHD Productions?
So, I think a misconception that people have is that my lack of uploads on H3H3 was due to me focusing my energy to the podcast, when the truth of why I wasn't posting there wasn't an issue of time or commitment or anything like that. It was really a result of not knowing what to do there, or not feeling like I was in the right headspace, or having a lack of motivation, or just a lot of negative, bad feelings around posting there.
Yeah.
So for me, a lot of people were like, oh, he stopped posting there because the podcast is more lucrative and he doesn't care about his fans or whatever. Again, just kind of, people always want to see the worst in it and just assume the worst about people. But the truth of the matter is, and one that I'm addressing now as best as I can, is that I am and was depressed. I mean, I'm doing much better now, I think, and it's something that I'm working on. But I had a lot of anxiety and a lot of issues that I needed to resolve, and a lot of it was manifesting itself through how I did my work there in my primary, source of entertainment. And so the podcast was honestly a way for me to not disappear. It was a way for me to stay present and to still be working and to still share my life and be with the people that want to continue to watch us. So for me, the podcast was something to do while I sorted that shit out. And it's been an incredible resource for me to come here and be able to share my thoughts and to not just disappear, right? Because that's not something I ever wanted to do. And so, I just think it's a misconception because now we're back to posting videos there and we're doing both and it's fine. I mean, we're busier, but it's good. I like being busy and I like feeling productive. And
No, I really appreciate that. I think that I think mental health is something that's really not addressed a lot in, the media. And the way that it is addressed, it feels a little bit underplayed. It almost seems as if it's like a capitalist brand. It's almost like something, with the BetterHelp situation, everything. I'm not going to dig it up again. But the thing is that the way that you're taking it very head on and seriously, I think I can personally commend that. I had a few hurdles in my life as well. But I feel as though also when you were talking about, kind of facing an impasse in your uploads, because I remember like when Ray William Johnson stopped posting, he said something along the lines of he no longer feels gratitude in doing the same thing over and over again. So it got me thinking that if you keep doing the same type of style, the same, formulaic technique, would you feel like less intellectually challenged by doing these videos?
Well, the truth is that I think so much of, and even maybe what he's saying, so much of the negative feelings that you might feel is a symptom of a depressive state and not actually an expression of like your creative art, and that there's always a way to challenge yourself and there's always a way to make it fresh and interesting. The fact is that when you're depressed, you see everything through that lens. And so something I've learned about myself is that before I started actually treating my depression with medicine and therapy, is that you scramble and try to address your depression because you don't like know, or you haven't accepted that you're depressed, right? So you're trying in your mind and in your life to address all these different issues and, that's why this and that's why that and that's why this. But the truth is you're never actually addressing the root problem. You're addressing symptoms, but never the root problem. So when you're depressed and you don't address that, you're always looking for some answer and you're always to change. And the sad thing about it is that you're never going to fix it until you address the root cause. So for me, now that I'm feeling better, making videos is a wholesome thing and I'm content doing it. Where before I was always looking for something else. I was like, I need to make a show. I need to work on the podcast more. I need to get off you. I need to do all these other things. But those were never the answer. Those were just me looking in vain for something to make me feel better because I didn't actually understand. But now that I'm in a better place, I can see that this is a good place for me, and it is a wholesome place for me. And if you want to express yourself creatively, there's always room within the formula you've created to find a good, wholesome, productive, happy place. It's just a matter of coming at it through the light lens. I mean, it really is a glass half full, half empty thing. And when you're depressed, it's sadly, it's always half empty, and you really just can never see the flip side of it. And so
the perspective is very difficult to see in a positive light. Yeah, I completely agree. So I want to make this a little bit. I didn't mean to drag the mood down. That was never
not
my
at all.
intention.
Those are good questions. I'm happy to talk about it.
Those are good.
You didn't drag it down.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people were wondering the same thing. So it's good actually to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and since we're in the spirit of bringing up things at the end of the year, I thought maybe it would be a little nice to mention some of your best moments in terms of videos on H3 Productions, right? I really loved the Honest Gold Digger. It was honestly a really nice highlight for me because, I mean, all you did was literally say, the guy's just, fucking following the woman. The woman was being completely honest, which is exactly true.
Right.
And the thing is, that repetition was was the highlight of the whole video. It's the same thing over and over and over again. It cracks me up every single time, honestly.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for saying that.
I love that one
appreciate
too.
it.
That's cool.
That was a great one this year.
Yeah, I liked it because it was a little bit of a twist because
Right.
I kind of resent all the gold digger content you see on YouTube. I always thought it was just so ridiculous. And when you finally get to see inside this quote unquote gold digger relationship, you realize that he's the flyer and she's completely honest about her expectations from the beginning. And he's the one that misled her, right? So it's kind of a funny twist on the whole narrative of the gold digger.
Yeah. No, and honestly, the thing is that it's people look at things specifically, she's a gold digger, she wants money, that's a negative thing, he's a victim. Well, I mean, yeah, well, she's literally saying that. It doesn't make it negative. It's negative when you're trying to deceive someone in order to achieve an objective. She was being clear cut. She said, hey, this is what I want. Can you give it to me? Period. Just give it to me right there.
Right. I don't even think she ever even pretended to love him.
And he's also in it just for her looks.
Yeah, he wants her fake ass
So what's
titties.
the difference?
Yeah, he's a big oaf that wants to date a pretty girl. You know?
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's her hustle, and he tried to hustle her, and then, first of all, the 90-day thing, it was never meant to work out. It's never bound to. It's 90 days.
You got to watch that show. I don't
We're
know.
watching the show.
Man, that show is heating up, boy.
Is there a new season?
Yes,
yeah.
and it's turning dark.
We're in so deep.
It's getting
this
so
shit
dark.
that's happening is unimaginable. People are saying it's the darkest season
It's
ever, and
getting hard to watch.
they're abandoning the show. But I'm totally sucked in.
I heard those guys. I heard that the guy from the show got arrested. Right?
Oh yeah, George.
Right, yeah.
And I called it too because in the show the guy's walking around with backpacks of weed, and then a couple months later they're like, oh, we're in legal trouble, and I was like, arrested for having tons of weed, and sure enough, he's in prison right now, and then Vsauce probably. Oh, she's been like lifting weights.
Yeah.
You seen her? She's all jacked and shit.
Transformed.
Ooh, Georgie boy.
Look, if you're gonna flex about the weed business, I mean, come on. What do you expect to happen? You're gonna
national
flex.
TV
I
too.
know. And the funny
Marijuana
thing is that
everywhere.
he's a drug dealer that's not even that rich. It's like, shit, if you're going to deal drugs, at least be richer than that.
Exactly. It's like there's two levels of pathetic, right?
Yeah.
There's the crummy drug dealing, yada yada, but then there's pretending to be a successful one at that.
Yeah.
To pretend to be a successful loser. It's I don't know. It just took it for me like that. And honestly, I just wanted to also tell you that your commentary style, everything you've done for the past, I don't have the exact number of years, but you've been doing it really awesomely. It kind of pushed me to start my own YouTube and everything. So I had a few questions before I do my shameless plug-in. Before I get there, I have some genuine questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
So since we're at the end of the year, this is also kind of a little bit retrospective. What first motivated you to make these videos?
Well, I knew that I wanted to work in comedy for a long time just because it was something I was always passionate about. But I really I didn't have any connections. I didn't know anyone, and I didn't have any experience making comedy. So I think I've mentioned this before, but Hila, we made a couple of videos for Hila's class, and it was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually thought I had a knack for it, even though they weren't good. Or they were very weird, but I really enjoyed the process. So for me, it was kind of started as just a creative outlet and kind of honing my craft and figuring out my style. And it just slowly turned into having a YouTube channel, which is funny because when we started making YouTube videos, I didn't even know being a YouTuber was a thing.
Yeah. We just posted it there, but we didn't know,
Yeah, it was just basically a hobby that somehow slowly started turning into something serious.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess you had to have some kind of continuous motivation. I mean, at the beginning of YouTube, the idea of monetization was just this abstract, faraway thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you were doing it based on personal inhibition, personal, I guess, ambition to succeed in this industry, which is YouTube.
Well, my original idea was that I was like making a portfolio because I was like, at best, I thought, hey, I could be a writer or something for comedy. So I was just thinking that of YouTube as a stepping stone of kind of just building a portfolio and honing my craft and just as a hobby too, because I don't have anything better to do. So I was thinking of it in the beginning as a portfolio, something like that, and be like, hey, if I can make a couple of funny videos, then maybe I can get a job somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people from College Humor, that's what they did. You know, they became writers at the Daily Show, stuff like that. I completely get you.
Yeah.
Fair enough, I guess. You know, first of all, I know this is a little bit of a funny story concerning your name. I'm from Saudi Arabia, and we have this weird thing with the language. Basically, the letters and the numbers. Some numbers, because we have different letters, right? It's Arabic. So some letters are expressed with numbers. And when I was trying to plug your channel to everyone, I guess in school when I was a kid, I would just say H3H3. And the thing is that when they read that, it says and people, everyone sounded like, you know, like Fat Albert, and it was so weird.
That's
Either like
funny.
Fat Albert or having a stroke, something or the other. So basically, I was plugging it everywhere, and people thought I was spazzing. And,
So how do you say it in like
what
in Arabic? How do you say it?
do you mean
Like how were you saying it?
I said H3H3, but I would send them as like text.
Okay.
So if you read it.
So how would they read it?
Yeah. They would say,
That's
which
funny.
obviously doesn't make any sense. But
Yeah.
It's like Bill Cosby, you know, he's yelling, hey, hey. I get it.
Memorable.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, you've been a great inspiration to me. I don't have anything else to say. I just have a few messages I wanted to say. I hope you don't mind.
So you're calling right now from Saudi Arabia?
Oh, yeah, I'm calling
Wow.
you guys from Saudi Arabia.
That's
Interesting.
crazy.
Is there
you guys have a huge fan base here. You have
For real?
Had
Is
no
there
idea.
Interesting. How interesting.
first
Yeah, I
time
didn't know that.
fan base. I can tell you every country, dude.
That's crazy.
Is there anything weird going on with like politically, like because you seem
I'd rather not get it.
Oh, you can't talk about that. Yeah.
I can talk to you about I can tell you some good stuff. I can't tell you the bad stuff. I can tell you about the they had the first concert with mixed, the men and women used to be segregated, and they just had the first concert with Black Eyed Peas, David Guetta. They removed the segregation between men and women, which is like a huge thing.
Interesting. Have you been outside of
awesome.
Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, totally. I study in the UK. I'm just back for Christmas break.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And I've been to New York, I've been to Boston, for visiting I've been a lot around, but this is my hometown.
The government is pretty tight there, right? About like internet usage and stuff.
It's I guess porn is the only thing you can't use.
Damn.
I don't know.
Damn. No wonder. Damn. No wonder people. I mean, shit.
Yo, that's why people watch your videos, man.
That's the next best thing.
So when we see a comment, I fabbed to this, it's not a joke?
It's 3 a.m. You get the urge. You watch
Look
some
at that
Poopa
thick boy.
videos.
Yo, so let me ask you this: are people in Saudi Arabia getting do they jerk off to like this, like the video we made, like the egg sandwich video? Is that like good
The egg
porn?
sandwich, dude, that's the top search, dude.
That's the good shit in Saudi Arabia? Is that what people beat off to?
3 a.m. Vaseline.
Educational.
Right?
But you probably use
Egg salad H3.
But you
That's what
you probably use a VPN, right? If you're trying to find some good shit.
I don't talk about that.
You can't talk about it.
Damn.
Look, let's be real. In terms of VPN usage, it's not even like hidden. Like people use VPN regularly because the thing is that it used to be the case that like stuff like WhatsApp call is banned. It's not that you can't call people. It was only banned because the main conglomerate didn't want competition. They just wanted people the phone. It wasn't even like a censorship type of deal. They just didn't want any But then they decided, like, let's just have what's it called, like a competitive market. So just they unbanned it, and WhatsApp calls back. That's a huge stride after the women driving thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I use WhatsApp all the time to call Israel.
I'm just imagining not having porn. I mean, what a fucking nightmare.
Is that what stuck you, dude?
I would definitely be on YouTube. Like, there's some weird pornographic videos on YouTube that we always make fun of. I would be there.
Naked yoga.
I just need to see a little bit of side boob, and I'm coming in my pants.
I have a little more sympathy for him.
Bro, you got what's it called? Filthy Frank and Max Mofo and iDubbbz doing videos together, and you want us to look for the side boob? That's enough.
Yeah, they don't overlap. I need both.
You need both? What if we got a Filthy Frank side boob? Would that be good?
Come on, I'm just in my pants at the thought of it. So what's your what? Do you want to plug your channel?
Yeah, you were just gonna do it, I think.
Okay, so first of all, my friend really insisted that I say this message. Sophia Gagliano supports and loves you and Shredder. She really wanted me to say that.
God bless you, Sophia.
And then there's the my channel is called Fifths. And
Fifths,
the thing
spell
is,
that?
I really
FIFS.
FIFS.
Yeah. And the thing is, and here's the thing, before you guys close the call, because I've been talking too much, I know. Basically, the thing is, I posted one Fortnite critical analysis, which sounds very juvenile, but I mean, I wanted to upload another video, but I didn't get the chance quite. But it's coming up in a few days, whatever the hell, if that means anything. But yeah, you guys should follow it, and that's my hustle. I hope you guys have a good stream. I wish you guys the best.
Yeah, we did have a great stream, and I actually very appreciate you donating and calling in.
Yeah.
Actually, interesting to talk to somebody from Saudi Arabia too, a fan from there. That's very cool.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
We should keep in touch. We should keep in touch because I like that fresh perspective out there. Although I don't know how much you can talk about, but it's very fascinating to connect with somebody on that side of the world.
Down. You guys have my email. I'm down to have like another little bit of interview whenever you guys want.
Cool. Well, thank you for the thoughtful questions. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for watching, man. We appreciate you, dude, and best of luck with everything you're doing.
Best of luck with you too.
All
Papa
right.
bless.
Papa bless
Thank
you.
you.
Appreciate you. What a treat.
Cool. Yeah.
Crazy.
No porn. No wonder those fucking guys over there are so like.
Well, maybe you should try it, Ethan.
What, you want me to like go? I'm just saying.
Just saying, no fap. There's a thing, right?
No fap.
I've gotten a lot of emails since we talked about it.
Yeah, that was a popular discussion.
Encouraging it, so. And then before I forget, there was one other person, not a call, but just somebody that had donated a bunch, and I think we actually did do the shout out, but he emailed me and he missed it. So shout out to Motivation App. He donated I think $350 on the stream. And sorry we missed you. Sorry we missed you, and just wanted to just give you some acknowledgement that you did a good thing. And so thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
Well, guys, it's 2018, episode 100. We've done it all. We've seen it all. We've been through the strikes, the gutters, all together. What a touching, beautiful thing. Hila's pregnant. Ian's got real Yeezys. Golly, what a year. It's all happened. We've done it all.
Yeah, and I can't believe people watched it all.
I know. They've stuck around, but by golly, you Papa Blessed little Fupa troopers. I love you guys, man. Thanks for sticking around. I hope that the show, I'm committed. I love this. I'm committed to making it better, to becoming a better interviewer, a better host, putting together a better show. It's been great. It's been a real experience for us. And next year, 2019, we've got a lot of plans, a lot of ambition. Very excited to get back into it. I'm going to take a month to recharge. We're going to be making a lot of H3 videos. We're going to be focusing on that. So tune in there. I'm excited just to kind of focus on that for a little bit, which is something we haven't done in a very long time.
Yeah. we weren't excited about it for a long time.
Exactly, and I am. I'm feeling motivated to make videos there again for the first time in a while. When we're back, the first episode back is Michael
Vsauce.
Stevens Vsauce on the, correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, the 21st or 25th of January.
Yeah, 25th.
Right.
He's got a new season of Minefield. I'm sure we're going to have a ton of stuff to talk about. And the episode after that, I want to get a furry in here in costume.
Or two.
Or two, yeah,
And I've been seeing all your emails, furry community.
Dan's going to vet you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna read through them all. We've been pretty buried with the charity stream, but we see you, and we're gonna work on engaging the furry community.
And I want to thank the community and everyone involved who rallied to raise so much money for people who so desperately need it. I'm so proud of you guys, proud of the community. I'm just so thankful and I have so much gratitude
132.
to our fans who stuck around through thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've had a rough year. I've done and said a lot of stupid shit. It's, some, and I got a lot of shit for it. And it's tested me more than I've ever been tested in my life. And as Kendrick Lamar said, when shit hits the fan, are you still a fan? And and you guys are still, man. A lot of people stuck around and fucked with us, even at the worst of times. So, what more can you ask for than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
happy holidays to everyone.
Of course, happy holidays. Have a Merry Christmas, whatever you're doing out there. I am not. I do not have a war on Christmas. I'll say Merry Christmas.
I love Christmas.
Yeah, Happy Hanukkah and every Kwanzaa. Does anyone celebrate Kwanzaa? I don't. They always say Happy Kwanzaa, but I've never known anyone to celebrate Kwanzaa. But I'm not discriminating. I'm just saying. I don't know if they just throw that in there, but Happy Kwanzaa. Everybody happy whatever.
And New Year's.
God damn it. So we're gonna be going in there, man. H3 time, baby. I'm excited. And I don't know how to end this because I am just so sincerely grateful. And it's been a wild year. It's been a wild year. The longest year. It's been the longest year ever. 2018.
And it went by so fast too.
It's the longest year ever. For me, it was just pure length.
Still.
For me, pure length.
I've heard a lot of people say that.
It's such
time
a long
dilated
year.
this year.
I feel both. I feel like it's
imagine
it's
this.
long, but it's also short. Like it's already December. It's over. 2019.
Yeah, but let me put it in context for you. Let me see, what were we doing around the beginning of the year? Let me tell you what episode we were doing to kind of put it in context.
First one was Jack and Eric. Actually,
The first 2 weeks of this year, we went to Israel together. Remember? That does seem like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, and while you were in Israel, the Logan Paul incident happened.
Right.
And that was the first H3 video back.
Oh. So, and it's weird. Some things feel short and some things feel
that
really
does
long.
seem like it was a long time
But
ago.
regardless, it's been great. So I thank everybody, and I'll see you in a month.
Yeah.
But we'll see you earlier on H3. And what can you say, man?
2019.
What can you say other than this?
Feel that back
Anyway, love you guys. Yes, thank you, Jeff. Love you guys, and have a great holiday. And
Yeah, go celebrate.
and pop a blast.
Take some time off.
Just enjoy, man. All right, we'll be seeing you guys real soon. Thanks for watching.